And Thursday night football tonight here from Raleigh, North Carolina means a very big game in the ACC. And the Wolfpack are getting ready. They debut their black Howl uniforms for the first time, wearing them here at Finley Stadium. And the head coach getting ready to release his Wolfpack out onto the field. Here they come. The other side of things, the Cardinals of Louisville, 17th ranked team in the country, with the reigning Heisman Trophy winner Lamar Jackson already out on the sideline getting ready for the start of this one. I mean, it's hard to believe it's been a long time since this stadium has hosted a matchup between two ranked teams. Phillip Rivers was a freshman quarterback the last time that happened 17 years ago. This has been the Nissan pregame rush, and now we welcome you inside the broadcast booth. Dave Fleming alongside a couple of brothers, Matt and Tim Hasselbeck. Great to have these guys with us here tonight. A huge part of our NFL coverage, but joining us for Thursday night college football, where we get a heck of a matchup in the ACC. And it's not just two really good teams, it's some of the best individual players in the country, and it starts with that Heisman Trophy winner Lamar Jackson.
Plain and simple, he is the most exciting player in college football. There's no question about it. He can beat you as a runner. He can beat you as a passer. You mentioned he won the Heisman Trophy last year. He's even better. He's developed as a pocket passer, and he has a chance to show that tonight.
Well, I don't know if he's going to get a chance to be a pocket passer tonight. This defensive line for NC State starts 4 seniors, all with NFL talent, led by Bradley Chubb. He's got a great personality. He's the spark plug of this defense, and the spark of this team is the defense. 8th in the FBS against the run, but they can also get after the passer. They need to create some turnovers tonight.
And I do think that may determine this game. Can the offensive line hold off those 4, give Lamar Jackson a chance to make some plays? That defensive line for the Wolfpack should get some help from the crowd. It is so loud in here. For more on that, let's go downstairs to Laura Rutledge.
Yeah, Dave, I'm already dodging the band over here. It is loud down here. The Wolfpack is ready to roar, and you can hear the crowd certainly, but a lot of fans and players and coaches alike say this is a different feeling here at NC State right now. They love it. The players say they go to practice, then they go to class, and their professors are finally congratulating them about a good game. That hadn't happened in a long time here. They're hoping their professors have a lot to congratulate them on tomorrow.
All right, Laura, and we will be watching those students have fun, enjoy this atmosphere. It's hard to believe NC State, with all the history of great talent in this program, the last time they were a ranked team in the top 25, Russell Wilson was the quarterback here, 2010. So for these folks, and it's not like they haven't had any big games, but for these folks, Louisville, 17th ranked team in the country, Lamar Jackson coming here to Raleigh. This is a big, big game for NC State. I think the challenge for the quarterbacks, and especially perhaps guys on the NC State side, will be control those emotions early. Dave Doeren was a little worried about that. What Laura was talking about, everybody around campus talking about this game, thinking about this game. Maybe the Wolfpack would be a little bit overhyped coming into kickoff.
Well, I liked what Ryan Finley had to say to us yesterday, saying, hey, this is the big game, the biggest game of the season, because it's the next one. And I also liked what Eli Drinkwitz, the offensive coordinator, said. Hey, listen, I'm going to let my quarterback write down 5 plays that he really wants early in this game, and I'm going to mix them in so he's comfortable. Run pass options, bootlegs, things where he can kind of turn his brain off and just play quarterback.
All right, a little smile from Ryan Finley. The big-time college football game tonight in Raleigh. And here we go. NC State won the toss. They have deferred. Kyle Bambard will kick it deep to Louisville. The Cardinals will have the ball first. And it's Seth Dawkins around the 5-yard line for the kick return. Dawkins broke 1 tackle, not a second, not a third. Good coverage for the Wolfpack, and we will get our first look tonight at number 8, the Heisman Trophy winner, youngest guy ever to win the award, Lamar Jackson, who both Tim and Matt described as maybe the most exciting player, regardless of position in college football. Hard to argue that. A kid from the Miami area. His first FBS win as a starter actually came against NC State. Both times he's faced the Wolfpack, he has played really well. Heisman Trophy winner from last year and playing at a very high level here in 2017. So the first play from scrimmage, Jackson will hand the ball off in a straight ahead run for a nice first down gain for the Cardinals. And I do think Louisville is going to lean on that run game a little bit, perhaps to get the pass rush off of Jackson, try to establish something on the ground. Reggie Bonifant got the first carry of the night. There will be times when Louisville goes quicker tempo, being pretty deliberate. First time they have the ball. Jackson almost lost it. Did not fumble, but he goes down. And there is number 9, Bradley Chubb, with the sack.
Well, that's Bradley Chubb with the sack, but really this is coverage here. I think he's got enough time to get the ball off. Nobody was open. We've got a great vantage point from it up here in the box. That's a coverage sack all the way.
Here's the other thing. They're backed up near the student section, and that place is going crazy right now. Certainly contributing for that defensive line.
Yeah, I think it's been a long time since it's been this loud here in this stadium. Play clock winding down. They get the ball. Snap. Jackson pressured immediately. On the run, he completes the pass, but it's short of the first down. Des Fitzpatrick comes up with a catch, but fourth down, presumably Louisville's going to punt it away.
Well, when you get free shots at the quarterback, you cannot lose contain. And we've seen time and time again where this quarterback makes huge plays when there's unblocked guys.
And that time he made a play, but not big enough. 4th and 2. So a 3 and out for Louisville's offense. And NC State with the punt return team out there. Nyheim Hines, who is a very dangerous returner, the starting running back. Mason King, sophomore punter, a flag thrown. And who knows, maybe even the noise impacting the punt team.
Not maybe. This is a loud crowd, and like you mentioned, everybody in Raleigh right now is fired up for this game. Being around town, everywhere you go, tonight is the night they've been waiting for a very long time.
Shades of the 12th man, maybe, here in Raleigh.
Let's not get carried away.
It's hard to get that loud. So now King, pressure comes. He gets the punt away. That could be returnable for Hines, who bobbles it, and the ball is loose, scooped up along the sideline, and Nyheim got some help from a teammate to avoid the turnover. Maurice Troel, a nice play to keep possession for Ryan Finley and the Wolfpack offense. Finley, a little bit under the radar, played football and basketball from the Phoenix area, began his college career at Boise State, highly regarded high school quarterback. Went to Boise State, got hurt, lost his starting job, transferred here to NC State. He's got 3 years of eligibility with the Wolfpack. This is his second year with NC State. 257 pass attempts, and that is an active streak without an interception. He has been really good this year for the Wolfpack.
Well, don't jinx him. The first play last time against Louisville was a pick 6.
So he's going to try to do a little bit better than that as NC State has the ball for the first time. Balanced offense for North Carolina State. Hines, who fumbled the punt return, covered by his teammate with the first carry of the night.
Well, another thing that NC State would like to do is they would like to have a long, sustained drive and keep Louisville and that offense off the field.
They do go quickly with the tempo, but they're not a team that takes a ton of shots downfield. Get to the line quickly and then allow Finley to make an adjustment to the call. Jacoby Myers went in motion there. It's 2nd and 5, and a play fake. On the rollout, nice delivery, a little bit low, but scooped up for the catch, and the NC State first down, Kelvin Harmon. And we'll see. Harmon's trying to get to the line quickly. I don't think he caught that one.
Better hurry up and run a play.
Let's see if they can get to the line and get the ball snapped. And they do not. Well, that one's going to be coming back.
That one is going to be coming back.
Tom Zamorski is our replay official here tonight, part of this ACC crew. Our first review of this game. Another look just to confirm what we saw first. I think this hits the turf, doesn't it?
It does, and he has Harmon. It really should be an easy throw. Eli Drinkwitz, the offensive coordinator, is trying to get an easy throw. It was a play action, move the pocket play, and when you do that, you're staring right at your receiver with no underneath coverage. Really should be pitch and catch. One he probably wants back already.
So they will have to get organized with where the chains go back, what will be the down and distance, but I think that'll be an easy overturn. Ruling on the field, pass complete, but that one should be coming back.
Well, and you mentioned the play action. This is something that Ryan Finley has done a great job of this season. His completion percentage on play action is elite. I mean, we talked to Coach Dave Doeren before the game. He said, hey, this quarterback, he's elite smart. I think he's elite at play action as well.
All right, let's get the confirmation here.
After review, replay has determined that the receiver did not complete the process of the catch. By rule, that's an incomplete pass. We'll have 3rd down and 6. The ball will be placed in the middle of the field. The clock will start on the snap.
Well, we all knew it, but that does change the calculus here for Dave Doeren and his offense. After the defense came up with a 3 and out, now his offense facing a 3rd and a long 5. Louisville's defense this year has been good, not great, and we saw that highly anticipated matchup in Louisville against Clemson, where the defense really got burned.
Really, for this NC State offense, the guy that they love getting the football to is Jalen Samuels. You know, they move him around, they use him a bunch of different ways, and so I would think the first 3rd down opportunity you have, he has to be a big part of the plan here.
It's kind of always the default for this offense. If there's any question, let's find number 1.
J-Sam time is what they call it here.
They do. They call it that, and he is one of the top receivers in the country. He's really kind of an H-back receiver, running back hybrid.
It was really fascinating talking to these guys yesterday. J-Sam, he goes to tight end meetings, plays running back, runs a lot of wide receiver routes. He really does it all for them. He's the kind of guy you definitely want on your football team.
A hometown kind of kid. Charlotte's a couple hours away, but a very good high school player. Same issue in high school. Nobody knew exactly where he was going to play. NC State took him and played him everywhere. He's one of the best players in the country. 3rd and 5. After the replay overturn, Finley, with time in the pocket, completes the pass with the big hit, and guess who? Not number 1, number 11, who is emerging as a big play guy on the outside. Jacoby Myers.
Well, I really like that 3rd down concept. For these guys to win, they got to convert on 3rd downs. 3rd and 5 or less is manageable in my opinion.
So a 9-yard gain on 3rd and 5, 1st and 10 Wolfpack. Out to the 40. Now they'll bring Jalen Samuels into the backfield, kind of a pistol type formation. Plenty of time on that play clock, and they will hand the ball off to Samuels. Traditional running back look for a nice 1st down gain.
And they brought the corner blitz there. They started in an empty formation with no threat of the run. Like you said, Dave, they brought the running back into the pistol formation. Now it's a threat of a run, and they're going to bring the corner blitz to stop it.
That's a good job by that offensive line. When you bring the corner, you have an extra defender in there. They sorted it out. Good job by the guys up front.
And that has been a theme for NC State. Their defensive line gets all the credit. The offensive line has been playing at a very high level.
Well, they're heating them up again. They've got the blitz up top.
And got to the corner for a 1st down and more with Samuels.
Listen, this is a great decision by the quarterback. It's a run-pass option. He's got the ability to hand the football off, but if he gets pressure off the corner, which he does there, you just throw the bubble screen. It's an easy pickup, basically an extension of their run game.
Stephon Lewis maybe got away with grabbing a little bit of the jersey, getting that block on the wide receiver Lewis. 1st and 10, NC State now into Louisville territory. On the move, 1st drive of the game for the Wolfpack.
You got bump and run coverage for the 1st time tonight.
A chance to go down the sideline, and what an acrobatic catch in traffic by Lewis.
They love this kid, Steph Lewis. Like I said, bump and run coverage. They were sitting back early. They love these big receivers here at NC State. Give them a chance. Keep the ball in bounds. What a great play.
I think that's an early nominee for You Got Mossed right there by Steph Lewis.
Randy Moss!
Randy Moss.
We got someone who got mossed, buddy.
He got 5 feet down and controlled the ball. There is an injured NC State player. I think that's Tyrone Prescott, who was a part of that offensive line, which has been playing so well. Big T, they call him.
Big T.
6'5", 338, junior from Decatur. And we're looking at that right knee. The band of brothers, this NC State offensive line has become so tight-knit, so close. And Tim, you said it leading into this game, it's almost like the personality of those 5 has become the personality of this NC State team.
Yeah, Dwayne Ledford, their offensive line coach, has really done a good job of really coming in and basically getting these guys to play for each other, really caring about one another. There's a poster that they had made up for themselves. I mean, these guys have completely bought into this. They even have nicknames for each other.
Like the real band of brothers.
It is true, and there's some funny nicknames too.
Tyler Jones, the complainer.
Yeah, you think he loves that one? I don't know.
We got Big T. Wisdom's a pretty strong nickname.
Pretty strong, but you always want your center to be the vocal leader. And Sleeve's got some serious NFL talent as well.
He does. Will Richardson, who was suspended for the first couple of games for NC State, has come back and he's played great at right tackle. So we'll see if they miss big number 70.
Playing off coverage this time.
And it is right at the 10-yard line, so it is 1st and goal. A little pitch play, well defended by Louisville. They saw that one coming. Jalen Samuels with the catch, but Trayvon Young was right there.
Well, it's a good play call. These shovel passes have been the hot commodity this year in the NFL. Everyone's been running them for the touchdowns. Started with the Kansas City Chiefs. Didn't work right there, though.
Well, and
Finley's out of the game here.
Yeah, Brian Finley comes out. Jalen McClendon, who does have a package, maybe a little bit more mobile, a little bit more athletic quarterback.
Looks like a gadget play to me.
2nd and goal. They snap it to him. He gives it to Samuels, and then another handoff coming back in the other direction. But Louisville was right there again for a loss of 3. And Jacoby Myers ended up with the ball in his hands, but he got swamped. It'll be 3rd and goal.
You could see when McClendon came into the game, Louisville started communicating. They looked like they were prepared. They knew that there was some sort of gadget, trick play coming in. They were ready for the reverse.
This is the guy you've been talking about, Eli Drinkwitz, who has done an excellent job at NC State offensive coordinator.
Coach Drink's got a great reputation. Tim and I both loved him.
He's creative. He obviously is a very good communicator to these guys on this offense.
Hiding under the visor up in the booth, watching 3rd and goal for NC State with Samuels in motion. They'll fake it to him, and the ball comes out. The ball is loose on the turf. Louisville thinks they have it, and they do. That's a turnover. And Finley just dropped the ball, it looked like to me. But instead of points, James Hearns comes up with the ball. Louisville will take over.
I think what happens in this fly sweep motion, I think ends up knocking the ball out of Finley's hands.
Yeah, maybe that's it. So Finley loses the ball. NC State 1st and goal. Instead, they turn it over. And a disappointing end to a very promising first drive for the Wolfpack. And that will take us to our first timeout. It's been a sloppy start in some ways for both offenses. The turnover, Louisville has the ball. Lamar Jackson back on the field when we come back. A full moon tonight here in Raleigh, North Carolina. The Wolfpack feeling like that's a pretty good sign for them. At home as a ranked team against ranked Louisville. Big game in the ACC. Lamar Jackson back on the field for the 2nd time. And a play out to the right side. That's Dez Fitzpatrick. How did Louisville get the ball back? A fumble by the NC State quarterback.
Yeah, this NC State offense runs a lot of this fly sweep motion. Ryan Finley is going to fake to Jalen Samuels, and he just has to seat that ball back into his body so it doesn't get knocked out. That's what caused the turnover.
That is the first time all year that NC State's first drive of a game has not ended up in points. So 2nd and 4 for Lamar Jackson in Louisville. Dave Fleming, Matt Hasselbeck, Tim Hasselbeck here from Raleigh. For Rutledge down on the sidelines. Malik Williams now the tailback for Louisville. They fake to him. Lamar Jackson made one-man miss, and there he goes. Jackson across the 35 to the 36. 1st down Cardinals. Let's send it down to Laura.
Yeah, Dave, Bobby Petrino very frustrated on the sideline, and it's not because of what's going on the field. His headset is acting up. They've been trying to fix it, but the other offensive coaches looking at him saying, I can't hear you, I can't hear you.
Well, that's an issue definitely to pay attention to. There are not many head coaches who are more heavily involved in play calling and everything that's going on than Bobby Petrino for Louisville. That's the first down of the game for the Cardinals. Jackson will sprint left, and an easy pitch and catch for another Louisville first down right to midfield, and that's Fitzpatrick again, who has emerged as a big-time playmaker.
Well, we talked about the defensive line for NC State and how they've got an advantage over this young offensive line at Louisville. So what are they going to do? They're going to move the pocket. This gives scouts an opportunity to see Lamar throw on the run, moving to his right, and there, which is much tougher, moving to his left.
You guys both have talked a lot about his improvements. He came in as such a raw prospect with so many physical talents last year, obviously with a monster statistical year. But Jackson this year working hard to refine the fine points of quarterback play, and I think you both feel like he's made a lot of progress.
He has. He's become more accurate. He's become more willing to stay inside the pocket and play. What's interesting about what Louisville looks like they're doing offensively so far is moving that pocket, so they're going to have him on the run. He's always excelled at throwing on the move.
Second down and 6. Well, Louisville offense looks like it's finding some rhythm. Empty backfield. Bonifant, who is a good pass catcher. Here comes pressure right up the middle. It's hard to catch Lamar Jackson, though. Right to the corner. Jackson will step out of bounds after a first down.
I mean, the coaching staff for NC State has to be so frustrated. There's the perfect defensive call. Yet a guy comes unblocked right up the middle, like we talked about in the pregame, and the still amazing play, first down.
It's demoralizing to your team when you have the right call, you have free runners, and it turns into a first down. That's how talented this guy is.
Instead of -10, that's 10 plus. And it is a 1st and 10 for the Cardinals with Lamar Jackson. And Louisville on the move, this time from the pocket with time. Now stepping up, and he'll go down. And that will go as a sack a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. Reyes Bryant, sophomore defensive tackle, got it.
Well, once again, great coverage down the field. He has a pocket. He has time. There's nowhere to go with the football.
Quite honestly, that's one of the areas where he can improve. You know, he has a pocket there. There's no reason to climb into the sack. Stay right there. Stay right in that pocket. Continue to look downfield.
It's probably hard for a guy this talented at running the ball to actually throw the ball away. There's a lot of guys that, you know, that's one of the hardest things, ironically, for them to learn how to do.
His coach, he loves it when Jackson throws the ball away. That's another one of those shovel-type passes, and a nice gain to the tight end, Charles Stanberry.
Well, another shovel pass. I mean, this is the flavor of the month right now, both in the NFL and in college football. We've seen 2 already tonight.
Stanberry coming off his best game as a threat in the pass game. 3rd down and 3.
I got to get used to this college system up here where they act like they're going to snap the ball and then look over to the sidelines for the play.
You don't see a lot of that in the NFL. We see it a lot here. Jackson kind of faked right, tried to get around Chubb, couldn't do it, still on his feet, and now goes down. Chubb got him.
Tim, I don't know what you think. I believe he went the wrong way.
Yeah, I think Lamar Jackson decides to take this to the left. I think it's actually a type of option to his right. Instead, he runs down to the bottom of the screen, and that's why Chubb was able to track him down. I actually believe that there was a shot that was 4-down territory had they maybe gained a yard, but not gotten the first down. But because of the negative play, here comes the punt team.
I think you're right. Well, that is a huge loss. Even just 4 yards takes him out of long field goal range, takes him out of more reasonable 4th and go for it range. They're going to punt the ball with Mason King, trying to pin the Wolfpack deep. Nobody back there deep, and the ball lands.
Great punt.
And will be down to inside the 1. Well, that's great execution by Mason King. Well, they're talking about it. Just making sure that ball stayed there. I think it did. Yeah, they're going to put it right at the 1-yard line.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, you know, you got the turnover, obviously, but another critical element is special teams. And this punt right here, and then the execution of downing it at the 1, That is incredible play on special teams right there.
Another difference between college and the NFL. Feet don't matter. Where's the ball? It is outside the end zone. Wolfpack have a long field when we come back.
ESPN Thursday Night College Football. Brought to you by Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy. And Verizon, the best network and the best unlimited.
You want some backstage pass access? How about the way the Wolfpack players have to get on the field? Their locker room is on the second story. Coaches worry about all the little details. They don't want the kids to slip on stairs, so they take an elevator down. And on that artificial surface, they come through the tunnel. Some of them take the stairs, but then the tunnel, sort of like, you think that mimics a Wolfpack den? I don't know. Pin deep, NC State pushing out just for a little breathing room after the great special teams execution by Louisville. Wolfpack offense has it for the second time tonight. Scoreless here, getting toward the final 3 minutes of the first quarter. Two offenses that have been at times very explosive so far this year, but not so far in this game.
It's a bad feeling as a quarterback when you're in shotgun and you're standing in the middle of the end zone.
And Louisville does have some very strong pass rushers. That throw on the move, completed, and then the missed tackle gives NC State a first down. Kelvin Harmon with the catch and run.
Well, again, moving the pocket. You don't want to take a safety there. You want to move the pocket with a high completion percentage throw, and that's what that was. And yards after the catch, another thing that NC State does so well. These wide receivers are big guys, but they can also run with the football.
A good point, Matt, as Finley now with a little extra breathing room. That pistol kind of look, and here's NC State's version of what Lamar Jackson was doing. Get to the line, get organized, and then look to the sideline maybe for an adjustment. Hines in the backfield with a lot of speed. He is a track star. He got tackled from behind by the Asian Richardson. Pretty nice play, second down.
And again, an unblocked guy. A little bit of confusion there. They brought one linebacker on a blitz. I barely consider it a blitz because they just bring one guy up into the A gap, but you cannot not block the defensive tackle right over the center.
They did get 4 yards on that first down carry. Looks to me like Big T is back in the game. That pass complete right at the marker for an NC State first down. Should be at least. See where they spot the ball. And they do. I think they get, well, no. I guess he maybe he stepped out of bounds. That looked like a first down.
Looks like a terrible spot to me. We'll see the replay.
Jacoby Myers. Well, first of all, he got knocked backwards.
That's a terrible spot.
Forward progress. He's past the 25-yard line. That's a terrible spot.
And I think they are going to look at this upstairs.
The ruling on the field is under further review.
You know what you get a sense of, though, when you're watching Ryan Finley play? He's a rhythm passer, and it looks like they've done a pretty good job so far of getting him into a rhythm. That's a quick out that's thrown on rhythm. So
I mean, I think it's a good point you make. If he is out of bounds, to me, you can still give forward progress. Okay, gets knocked backwards, spun around, the foot goes out of bounds, but he caught the ball outside the first down mark.
I think you're right, Dave.
That's an easy call for me. This is forward progress across the 25-yard line. He's fighting for extra yards, but he really never gets any more momentum going forward.
Yeah, I mean, if he starts another motion, but I think he got spun backwards and the foot stepped out before you would make that. I mean, right there, he got pulled back to that point.
Well, we do have slow motion. We do have high def instant
That is
replay.
true. We always appreciate that about the officials. Our job on a second look is easier than their job in real time.
I wish I had replay when Matthew and I would play in the front yard, Dave, because there were a lot of these spots that didn't go my way as the younger brother.
Can you tell who came in crying all the time?
After review, replay has determined that the runner went out of bounds at the 26-yard line. First down.
So maybe Mom could have been the replay official.
She would have, and she would have overturned this as well. So I think the officials eventually get it right.
You actually gave me a great idea. I might start put one of those hunting cameras up for my kids. You know, like when they go outside and play, I can see what actually happened, like a motion detector kind of thing.
Yeah, you get into a fight, your kids get into an
no
argument.
crying,
Let's
no
go back
fighting.
and take a look.
He said, she said. Now we got the truth.
Well, Matt and Tim, who grew up together, shared a bedroom together, didn't you?
Sure did.
Yeah.
Tim liked the nightlight on.
1st and 10, NC State. Great to have him with us here on Thursday.
Oh, that's a
night.
lateral.
That was backwards.
Double pass.
Samuels down the sideline into coverage, incomplete. Intended for Steph Lewis. 2nd down.
That's well done by this Louisville secondary, because you look at it, it really doesn't give you any sense that it's going to be a double pass. They run so many of these bubble screens. Everything about this looks like a bubble screen. That's a good job in coverage there by Tremaine Washington.
Excellent. I think from Samuel's perspective, he's not a quarterback. Float one out there. If your guy gets it, great. If it's incomplete,
better than his last throw.
Yeah. He has not always made pretty passes. The NC State tries as many of those gadget-type plays as probably any offense in the country. From that pistol look, handoff, and really nowhere to go. Well defended by Louisville.
A great disguise here by Louisville. They show blitz to Ryan Finley's right. He audibles, and they adjust, and they bring a weak corner blitz to his left. Really well done by the defense of Louisville.
Cat and mouse game going on.
And really what happens there, you know, when you're not successful on 2nd down, now it's a 3rd and long situation, 3rd and 10, and that is not a situation that any quarterback, any offensive coordinator wants to be in. 3rd or 5 or less.
Final minute of the 1st quarter. Still scoreless. This drive started at the 1-yard line.
Tight press coverage once again.
And with that coverage right to the back shoulder for a completion out to midfield. Kelvin Harmon once again. That was beautifully delivered.
It almost seems like Eli Drinkwitz, offensive coordinator, has told Ryan Finley, anytime you get a one-on-one matchup, you take that shot. We got to score some points tonight. Take your shot. Give your guys an opportunity, whether it's back shoulder or like you saw on the other side earlier where the guy got mossed.
Ronald Walker with his back turned. That's the perfect time to throw the back shoulder fade there.
Now a nice run into Louisville territory after the 23-yard pass play. Hines for a nice gain on the final play of the 1st quarter. That 1st quarter flew by, didn't it?
It flew by, and it's been a really fun game so far.
And I think Lamar Jackson thinking, I would like to get the ball back sometime soon. That's what the Wolfpack are trying to avoid. Huge game tonight in the ACC. Big crowd in Raleigh after quarter number 1. No score, Louisville and the Wolfpack. A big game in the big house on Saturday night. Our college football look ahead is brought to you by Xfinity X1, the 110th meeting. Michigan State, Michigan Spartans have won 7 of the last 9 in the series. First time those two have played ever under the lights in prime time. That's kind of amazing in 110 years. And the Spartans have been tough. I think a little better team than expected coming into this year. Meanwhile, NC State ranked in the top 25 for the first time since Russell Wilson was their quarterback. On 2nd and short, nowhere to go for Nyheim Hines. James Hearns, who came up with the fumble recovery. Wolfpack had 1st and goal on their first drive, turned it over. And both offenses struggling to get going in this one. This is the first time this season either team scoreless after the 1st quarter.
Well, when you come into a game and there's so much hype for an opposing offense, I think you get really excited as a defense. And you take it as like, hey, this is our Super Bowl. This is our chance to rise up. Both defenses have done that so far.
A little extra motion. Finley rolling out, nowhere to go with the ball, and he throws it away. So now a decision coming up for NC State on 4th and 2. Dave Doeren is a coach who likes to be aggressive.
He is aggressive. He also said that they've got an analytics team that helps him with that stuff. But he said he takes that information, he takes that math and those statistics, and he goes with his gut.
Listen, I think this is the right decision here. You know, you were backed up on your own 1-yard line. What you've done is you've swung field position now. This is the right decision in this moment, I believe. Opportunity to pin this Louisville defense back deep.
Let's see if they can execute. A.J. Cole, who is a good punter, execute the way that Louisville did when they were in this same kind of spot. Well, end-over-end punt with coverage headed down that way, and they do. And I think tiptoeing Hines kept it out of the end zone almost in a different way. The exact same result on the other side of the field.
Punters everywhere are fired up. This is some incredible play by both punters tonight. Both coverage guys, gunners. Very exciting.
And it's kind of nice to have a wide receiver running back with those hands covering the punt, huh?
A starter nonetheless.
A starter.
That's why you put your starters out on special teams.
That's how you make an NFL team. You play on special teams as well. Well done.
The ESPN app, it allows you to stream every ESPN ABC college football game live at home or on the go. You got to have it. Download the ESPN app to start streaming now. Weekends like now with all the sports going on across the landscape. They are reviewing, by the way. We had the ultimate field flip. NC State started their own one. They punted and pinned Louisville deep at their one. But Louisville's coaches, I think, challenged this to see whether the ball crossed that plane of the goal line. And remember, in college, that's the key point. Does the ball touch that plane of the goal line at any point? Let's get the call.
Determined that the receiving team player first touched the punt at the 2-yard line. The ball replays at the 2-yard line.
Okay,
Louisville
they get an
will not
extra
be
yard.
charged with a timeout, and they will retain their challenge.
Hey, it feels like nothing, but that's a big deal.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
The 1 and the 2 is a big deal.
It's actually a really good move by Bobby Petrino there. You know, Hines catches it in the air, and he gives himself a yard.
And I would like to know whether he wanted, I mean, maybe that was the only reason he was reviewing. I think he was hoping that maybe somehow that ball drifted over.
You're probably right. It's going to get really loud right now, though, and you got to use silent count. Usually use a hard count backed up here because there's huge risk reward.
Let's see how loud it gets. Lamar Jackson from the end zone will throw, and that pass is caught. Now some breathing room for the Cardinals out close to the 20-yard line. First down, Louisville. Let's go down to the sideline, Laura Rutledge.
Yeah, Dave, this Louisville offense still trying to figure out how to deal with the noise. Offensive line coach Mike Summers reminding the linemen what every single different variation of Lamar Jackson's clapping means. Also telling them, hold on to your man just a second longer in pass pro to buy him some time.
Okay, good stuff. That was a big play. 17 yards in the pocket. Now on the move. That throw is knocked away incomplete. Intended for the tight end, Mickey Crum.
Well, it's a great point by Laura, and we talked to these guys about their silent count and how do you prepare for this? Do you do it in practice? And what they told us, they said, no, actually, last week at home versus Murray State, we went silent count the whole game just to practice it.
That's unusual, I think.
It is
highly unusual.
To do that.
We'll see if it works tonight. Still scoreless between these ranked ACC teams.
I'm sure they felt pretty confident against Murray State last week.
It's a little easier to do it when you have that.
I think they had a plan with that going in, yes.
2nd and 10. Jackson pressured by Chubb, but bought some time. That throw into coverage incomplete. He overshot his man Fitzpatrick by plenty.
And long foul ball there, you know, great coverage, kind of a throwaway, us or nobody. You don't fault him for that at all. You know, there's some people that would, you know, criticize accuracy. The accuracy on that play, not a big deal. This 3rd down, this is where it matters. It's getting loud every 3rd down, especially 3rd and 10 or more. It's getting real loud.
For 2 on 3rd down. Williams in the backfield. The pressure came very quickly, and that one sails over the head of the wide receiver. Incomplete. 4th and 10.
Yeah, and basically it's pressure up the middle on center Robbie Bell. That's where NC State wanted to attack. Pressure up the middle. We're talking about Lamar Jackson being a better player from inside the pocket, but it's right in his face. It's hard to play when you have people in your lap as a quarterback.
My buddy on Sunday Countdown, Rex Ryan, will be proud. They stemmed and shifted to that old Buddy Ryan Bear defense on that to confuse the offensive line.
It worked. So King punting again. That one more of a line drive kind of kick. Fair catch. Hines at the 41 will send us to a timeout. Little inside access from the Wolfpack offensive meeting rooms with Coach Drink. We'll have that for you when we come back.
Q, triple right, will come back with Nike. We'll get them to jump off sides, get your free shot. If they don't jump, okay, H gone, and we'll go Cali Baird. Just go up there, thief it, get the 1st down. Here's another look at Winston Razor. Okay, another look at Winston Razor. Option to the dig right there. If that will linebacker sinks underneath the dig, the check spot's right in front of him. Biggest thing for us is we got to communicate. Okay, no matter what's going on, communicate. Q's on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Q's.
Well, very cool to have the inside access in the quarterback meeting room on game day with Coach Drink and his quarterbacks. Matt and Tim, you guys both were in a lot of those meetings. What were they talking about?
I love it. It's like your own language there.
A little swing pass here on first down with a block. Samuels gets to the corner and finally knocked out of bounds right near midfield.
Listen, the best thing about that meeting is basically what you're doing is you're going through the game. You're going through the situations of when you want to speed up like they're doing now or short yardage, which is what they were talking about in that meeting.
I also love, he said, hey, if we get him to jump, free play. That's Aaron Rodgers right there. Free play, make him pay.
Handoff on second down and short, and NC State did not get there. That's Reggie Gillespie, his first carry of the night. And another NC State player is down and hurting. That, I do believe, is the center, Garrett Bradbury, who is so important. He is the leader of that offensive line.
He's the vocal leader. He's really, the guy that, brings everybody together here. And so if he's not able to go, that's going to be brutal. And a lot is going to then fall on Ryan Finley's plate in terms of making sure they're going to the right direction, setting protections and everything.
Joe Sculthorpe practicing snaps. We'll take a break as they look at Garrett Bradbury and be back right after this. This Saturday, 2 big Week 6 games for you right here on ESPN. First at 3:30 Eastern, number 13 Miami. Maybe a special season for the Hurricanes against their rival Florida State. And then number 1 Alabama against Texas A&M. The Aggies playing better. Both games will stream live on the ESPN app. The center, Garrett Bradbury, hurt. He is out of the game. And Finley from under center hands off to Samuels when they need a yard. That's usually the guy who gets the ball. He got a half a yard. He stopped a little bit short.
They did not get the first down. We got a young center who 2 years ago was playing high school football in North Carolina. Now he's playing on Thursday night football. Got a 4th down, and they're going to go for it anyway.
Here we go. This is what they were talking about in the quarterback meeting room. Thief it, quarterback sneak. It's exactly what they're doing.
And they run right behind him. I love it.
Well, I'm glad you guys are here with us this week, speaking the quarterback language, because that was the day of game quarterback meeting.
Really was, and he said in that you could thief it, just steal it. You see it, take it. Tom Brady does that well. These guys did it excellent right there.
That's Ryan Finley's role model, Tom Brady. He's learning everything about the Patriots quarterback.
We've got to emulate.
Yeah, pretty good. That's their first rushing first down for the Wolfpack. Sculthorpe, the redshirt freshman center.
You got tight press coverage once again.
Got the post.
Taking a shot.
He's got the post.
He's open. It is caught at the 10. Touchdown. Kelvin Harmon.
Great throw.
And great read. I mean, we mentioned it pre-snap. You got tight man-to-man coverage. That time it was outside coverage and taking advantage of the freshman, the true freshman, number 6, Russ Yeast. I believe that's the 2nd time. We've got the injury to Jair Alexander, one of the best corners in the game. Probably the 2nd best corner in the ACC, and that's quite a compliment.
The thing they wanted Ryan Finley to improve on this offseason, become a better runner and become a better deep ball thrower.
He looked like he's a pretty good deep ball thrower on that one. Extra point up and good. 48 yards, and with 11:47 to go in the 2nd quarter, we were expecting maybe a little more offense than this. We get our first points on the board.
Basically what you get is you're getting a quarter's coverage right here. You want to attack that safety. So you're running a post over the top and you're running a vertical at him to hold this safety here. That's what you're doing. And that's Ryan Finley's read right there. You're trying to hold that safety with the in cut, which is exactly what they get. Perfect read, perfect throw.
The way you coach the quarterback, you say, quarterback, you're responsible for the safety. Wide receiver, you're responsible for the corner. Both guys did their job, and really that's really wide open and a well thrown ball for a touchdown, and this team needed it at the right time with the injury to the starting center. What a way to answer.
And I'll go back to the other point that you guys made. Okay, good execution on 4th and a half yard. Get up to the line, make your read, get the half yard, set up the big play on first down.
This NC State team does a nice job of controlling the tempo. Sometimes they wait till the play clock's about to run out, and then other times they get up and snap the ball quick and use that to their advantage.
In the end zone, and the Cardinals will take the touchback. Remember last year, this game, this matchup, now it was in Louisville, was a blowout. Lamar Jackson ran wild on the Wolfpack, and it was maybe the most disheartening loss all year for NC State. This is a different year for the Wolfpack.
Absolutely, in a different first quarter. I believe it was 17-0 after the first quarter. They were, I don't know, it was 40 to something at half. I mean, this is not what Louisville had anticipated how this game was going to go.
And look, NC State's weathered some storms. They've had a turnover. They've had some bad field position. They've done a pretty good job so far.
And for the most part, they've controlled the Heisman Trophy winner. Jackson pressured again, buying some time. Jackson stumbles and goes down. Another sack for the Wolfpack. Let's go down to Laura.
Wolfpack D-line coach Kevin Patrick telling his guys, whatever you do, don't take your eyes off of that quarterback. But he also advised them to keep changing up their rushes. He said, we cannot let Louisville figure out what we're doing there. He also told them, you can make something happen on Lamar Jackson's backside. He is a little susceptible there.
Another throw across the middle, beautifully delivered. And the big hit will stop Louisville short of the first down. Corey Reed.
Well, they went to that Buddy Ryan Bear defense once again. Lamar recognizes it and gets the ball out quick right over the middle where he had a guy wide open. But again, third down is going to be the difference in this game. We've got a 3rd and 4. We're saying maybe 3rd and 3 here, but either way, this is what you want to have as a play caller. 3rd and 5 or less.
Jackson, little pump fake, down whistles one in there, caught for a first down.
That's a really good job by Lamar Jackson. It ends up being a rush 3, drop 8 scenario. He does a good job of seeing the bluff blitz, regathering himself. Ball's a little bit behind, but that's a nice catch by Seth Dawkins as well. You see that there? Drop 8, didn't have the throwing lane. That's quick hands to reset like that. Well done by Lamar Jackson.
And when you're reading slant routes as a quarterback, you're going to read them inside out. He did a great job there.
Well, that's a big first down. It feels like their first 3rd down conversion of the game. Another throw middle. This one dropped. Ravion Samuel should have had that one, and he said so.
Matthew just said it. You read it inside out. It's basically triple slant to Lamar's right, and it's a perfectly thrown ball. You want to give the receiver 2 chances to catch it, one with his hands and another with his body, and that's exactly what Lamar did.
So when you say read it inside out, the guy most inside is your first read, and then you work your way outside.
Outbreaking routes, you're going to read them outside in, work from the sideline all the way back towards the ball, and then slant routes just the opposite.
He made the right read, threw a good ball. It was dropped. 2nd and 10. Handoff. There is a penalty flag down. That one's stuffed.
For 73, 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
And so that penalty came, I guess, before the snap on Mekhi Becton, the gigantic true freshman right tackle. Nobody could hear the whistle. They list him 6'7", 335. He's bigger than that.
There's no way he's 335. I know what 335 is. I played with a lot of guys that are 335. I'm guessing 350.
It's hard to stop 335 plus once it gets moving.
Let me tell you, it's hard as a quarterback to see over that guy too. I mean, it's nice, but this guy's got real NFL talent though.
I think he's going to be a heck of a player. 2nd and long. Jackson pressured again. Another good throw, but a nice open field tackle short of midfield. Des Fitzpatrick. So they get some of that yardage back, make it 3rd and much more manageable.
Well, when it's 2nd and forever like that, you want to get half it back. So once again, you can convert on 3rd down.
Last 3rd and medium, we had a drop 8 scenario by the NC State defense. Let's see if they're trying to confuse Lamar Jackson from inside the pocket by maybe heating him up or going back to that drop 8.
You gotta love how loud this crowd gets on 3rd down.
Biggest game here in a long time. Play clock winding down. Jackson's going to have to hurry here. Down to 2. They get it snapped. The scramble. And Jackson's going to get the first down and puts a hit on the defender before he goes out of bounds.
Well, a really good disguise by NC State. And again, no one open. And that's where Lamar Jackson just says, hey, I've got another tool in my toolbox. And that's I can just run for the first down.
When you lose contain on him and you make life really easy for him, which is exactly what happens there. Chubb ends up with an inside rush. giving the edge to Jackson.
11-yard gain, first down Louisville into Wolfpack territory. Trying to tie the game with a touchdown. Handoff, nice hole, good run with Becton helping lead the way. It'll be second down. Lamar Jackson, he's athletic. He also can play pretty physically.
Well, he put on some weight this offseason because he wanted to be a more physical player. He's listed at 6'3". I believe he's about 212 pounds. Tough guy to tackle. He looked like he delivered the blow.
But he's going to learn that's unnecessary, especially at the next level.
Yeah, you had the first down. Now Jackson with the play fake. And inside the 25 down to the 23, another Louisville first down.
Well, I believe it was Kentavious Street, the defensive end up top to the left of the quarterback, that really overplayed this. He needs to come more downhill, more straight line to the quarterback. He overplayed it as if he was going for the sack. Easy read for the quarterback to keep it on the run.
All right, where the Heisman Trophy winner is playing in front of a lot of NFL scouts. There are a ton of decision makers who are here tonight watching him and others. That throw right into the breadbasket and caught after the bobble by Dawkins. Touchdown.
Well, just like we saw Ryan Finley do on the other side, got press man-to-man coverage, inside technique. They took the fade up top. Perfect throw. Good job of the wide receiver saving some room on the sideline. Doesn't catch it at first. I don't know if that counts as you got Moss, but it counts as a touchdown.
It's a perfect throw, and there really is no defense for a perfect throw. It's a good job by Lamar after a couple runs, getting this offense going, to be able to stand in the pocket and make a throw that accurately.
23-yard touchdown. The extra point coming up. Kick is up and good.
Well, this is just a pitch and catch. It helps when your wide receiver is 6'3", but all these scouts that came tonight, all these fans to see the reigning Heisman Trophy winner and this year's candidate to play lights out. He's playing lights out. Perfect throw.
Just drop it in the bucket.
Well, we mentioned it, guys. There are a ton of NFL personnel people who are here tonight watching NC State and Louisville.
Some of them looking for quarterbacks.
Yeah, some of them are.
Some of them look for D linemen.
A lot of them are.
They're in the right spot.
And a lot of teams represented. Those scouts, they almost always wear their team gear.
I've seen some GMs here tonight also.
Yeah, so it's not just scouts. They have big-time decision makers.
Yeah. And Seahawks.
Yeah. Got the hat.
Look at that.
Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson does everything for the Seahawks. This guy's amazing.
Close.
Plays the Rams this weekend.
Russell, of course, spent part of his college career here in Raleigh, finished at Wisconsin, now one of the great stars in the NFL. And Nyheim Hines fell down. The Wolfpack get the ball back. Let's go down to Laura.
Yeah, Dave, I talked to a number of these scouts, and there are a few who say he totally fits as an NFL quarterback, and they love his big play ability with his legs. They see some opportunity to develop the arm. And then there are a couple that said no, they don't see him being developed enough as a passer to make it at the NFL level. Also, a lot of them said the reason why they picked this game, other than it just being a Thursday and easy to get here, is the fact that Lamar Jackson is going up against a legitimate D-line in this NC State D-line. Obviously, they have their eyes on a few of those players as well.
Yeah, good stuff. What do you guys think about Lamar Jackson? We can talk more about it as the game goes on, but Jackson, NFL future, he got a shot?
Without a doubt. And the kid keeps getting better. And he's coachable.
And he wants to improve in the pocket, which is where he needs to improve. And the other skills, you can't teach. He has those already.
He does. Not a bad little move there on the first down run for the Wolfpack. Not sure what happened to Hines on the kick return, but it's given NC State poor field position to start this drive. Game tied at 7. Dave Fleming, Matt Hasselbeck, Tim Hasselbeck, Laura Rutledge down on the sidelines. Two ranked teams here in Raleigh. A beautiful full moon kind of night. Ryan Finley, nice delivery, and there goes Samuels out into the open. The big guy to midfield. He breaks a tackle to the 30. Jalen Samuels leaps over a defender inside the 10, first and goal.
Great recognition by Ryan Finley. Press man coverage everywhere except on the way inside on Jay Sams. He recognizes it, gets him the ball early, on time, and great yards after the catch.
And you see why they want the ball in his hands as much as possible. And don't be surprised to see this NC State offense to try to hurry up after a big play. It's one of the things they like to do.
79 yards. Finley got the ball to him. Jalen Samuels did the rest. How about that? First and goal. Hines play fake. Finley's going to keep it. And Finley cuts inside. That wasn't a bad move by a guy who's not known for his ability. Gets inside the 5.
It wasn't a good move either. That's not the strength.
Listen, he said he liked Tom Brady.
Fair.
I think he's emulating Tom Brady's running ability as well. But what it will do, NC State has not run the football that effectively, and it's about keeping them honest on defense. So not a bad play call in this situation.
It's a great point, and it's actually a great read. He felt the backside end coming down the line, trying to cut back, take that cutback lane away. He kept the ball for a gain.
He got 4 yards. I thought it had a chance to be kind of a disaster. They will just hand it off to Samuels. He cuts inside, but goes nowhere. It'll be 3rd and goal.
In fairness, we're comparing him to the quarterback on the other side. That's why it didn't seem so nice. Okay.
Yeah.
But you know what?
He's never going to be a good.
He's got an opportunity here. 3rd and goal. This is as big of a play as we've had tonight.
After the huge play to get them inside the 10, Dave Doeren wants his offense to punch it in. You play Louisville and Lamar Jackson, you do not want to settle for field goals. From the shotgun, Finley's going to throw. A little pump fake.
He's got nothing.
He throws it. Touchdown.
What a play.
He found something.
Well, he made something out of nothing because that was great coverage by the defensive backs of Louisville. They tried to run an inside-out route combination. Nobody was open. Looked like he was going to have to throw the ball away.
This is one of the advantages when you have a converted quarterback playing wide receiver. He sees the quarterback in trouble and comes and work for him. Be careful, though. It looked like he maybe stepped out of bounds before he caught this football.
Jacoby Myers. It was a great move by Myers to come back to the ball, find a little space. But I think that's what they're going to look at. That was close.
Well, when you're a wide receiver in those kinds of situations, sometimes you try to get to the back pylon or the front pylon. You want to be decisive for the quarterback.
So we'll see if he stepped out of bounds before coming back in and then touching the ball.
This will be a huge replay here.
I mean, is he on the line? Can we tell?
It doesn't look good if you're a Wolfpack fan.
I mean, it looks like he is, but yeah.
Looks like he's in, but you need evidence to overturn it since they called it a touchdown.
I mean, I'm not totally sure. It could be the toe is inbounds, the heel is up off the ground. Could be.
That's where you like to wear white shoes, you know, not like this.
I agree.
Got that white line, the white shoes.
His Adidas logo is helping him out a little bit here.
You know, when I was in college, you weren't allowed to wear the gloves. The linemen weren't allowed to wear the gloves that the opposing team was wearing, so the referees could see holding. Right there, I don't know, maybe white shoes get you a touchdown.
And I mean, I think his foot is on the line. The question is, can you tell for sure to overturn the call?
To me, I would not be surprised if they overturn this.
I would agree.
And if they do, is that automatic field goal try?
I believe it is.
Dave Doeren hoping not to have to make that decision, hoping that the touchdown holds up.
Benefit he has is he has this time to make the decision.
He does.
Guys, if you go back to the big play to Samuels, why would Louisville hurry up and run a play real quick? Well, the reason that they do that to gain an advantage is that, why NC State would run the play real quick is so that Louisville doesn't get to substitute. And they feel like they can get an advantage on a quick run play, maybe get a 5-yard run, whether it's outside zone or inside zone, a play that everyone knows really well. They didn't get the advantage that they were hoping to get there, but they try to put the opposing defense, get them off balance a little bit with their substitution package.
All right, let's get the ruling from upstairs on the replay. Is it a touchdown or not?
After review, replay has determined that the receiver stepped out of bounds, returned back in bounds to touch the pass. By rule, that's illegal touching. The penalty is loss of down, second down at the previous spot. The ball will be placed at the 4-yard line.
And it's not second down. Dave Doeren's going, huh?
It'll be 4th down. The clock will start on my snap.
Well, he's got the extra point team out there. It'd be easy just to leave him out there for the field goal.
Well, and after the penalty now, it makes it an easy decision. I think it's the right move here. Go up, take the lead, kick it in, give your kicker a little bit of confidence as well.
The kicking game has not been perfect for the Wolfpack. Now, this shouldn't be too difficult, but Carson Wise, who is a grad transfer from Carson Newman, has had some problems. Dave Doeren not fully confident, I don't think, in the field goal kick game. This is basically like an extra point. Good snap, good hold, and good kick. That's a big difference, though. Instead of 7, the Wolfpack get 3 to take a 10-7 lead. All right, let's take one last look at it. Jacoby Myers. I mean, it was a great effort by the quarterback, by the receiver, but
fans didn't like it, but it's the right call.
Foot was on the line. No touchdown. Field goal. Wolfpack ahead by 3.
ESPN Thursday Night College Football, brought to you by the 2017 Lincoln NKX.
Now, of course, I don't have to tell the Hasselbecks this. That's not tap dancing. That's,
come on, that's clogging.
Clogging.
We knew that. We knew all about it.
The official folk dance of the state of North Carolina. They have a club, a clogging club.
Can I be honest? I had no idea. I had no idea. Now I know.
I think you'd be pretty good at it.
Clogging. Low line drive kind of kickoff, and it will be down for a touchback as Louisville and Lamar Jackson get the ball back, trailing 10-3. Taco Bell, a proud partner of the college football playoff. Be on the lookout for Taco Bell student sections and passionate fans like these at games all season long. One theme from the Wolfpack when we were here this week: the buzz on campus, the talk in class. Walking around here in Raleigh, the beautiful weather this week, everybody talking about this game and this team.
One of the seniors said, a professor said, hey, good luck on Thursday night. He was like, wow, that's never happened before. I love it.
Pretty good feeling when you get that kind of treatment on campus.
10-7 Wolfpack. Jackson being pressured, trying to dance around, and now he is finally going to go down. He actually, did he shovel the ball off, or did it get fumbled away? Stanbury, the tight end, came away with the football, and then they blew the whistle. It's going to be a big loss no matter what. Ball get ripped out. As Bryant was there, then a hit from the backside. Yeah, that ball was fumbled. What a heads-up play by Stanbury, and a very fortunate bounce for Louisville.
Louisville protection is not holding up when they're trying to push the ball down the field like they were trying to do there.
Well, it was an 8-man protection with a 2-man route, and both guys were covered.
And they got the sack. Jackson, little pump fake, throw across the middle for the catch. For a nice gain across the 30-yard line to Des Fitzpatrick.
Well, really nice by Lamar Jackson there. He had number 1 open. He went to number 2. He was not open. He went to number 3. He was open. Big play.
The way the ball snaps off his hand is so impressive. That is the flick of the wrist on about a 15-yard in cut. That's really well done.
That's kind of the signature throw for Lamar Jackson in a lot of ways. 3rd and 3. Bring some pressure again. They got a hit on Jackson, and the pass is incomplete.
Well, 3rd down is clearly the blitz down tonight for NC State. They brought pressure once again. He had to throw it a little bit quicker than he wanted to. He sees the pressure. He throws away from the pressure. But a nice job by this defense. You really got to tip your cap to these guys. The way that they've come out and played against one of the most electrifying quarterbacks in the game has been nice.
Bradley Chubb is giving Christian, the left tackle, all he can handle. I'm not sure he touched Bradley Chubb on that inside move.
You saw why so many of the scouts are here to watch number 9, just like they're here to watch number 8. Another punt for Louisville. NC State's going to get the ball back. Hines cuts it upfield with open room. Now there is a flag on the play to midfield and into Louisville territory. We'll see if this one's coming back.
Looks like a block in the back by the body language that I'm seeing here.
On the return, legal block in the back. Return team number 33. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
That costs a lot of field position.
Sometimes it's hard. You just can't help yourself. It's not much of a push at all.
Usually putting your hands up in the air signifies, hey, I did something wrong. Look at me and throw the flag.
You know, my kids do that sometimes too.
It wasn't me.
Hey, it wasn't me. What are you talking about?
That's almost 30 yards of field position that cost the Wolfpack. So that's a big penalty with 3:27 to go in this first half. NC State leading 10-7. Wolfpack are going to look back at this first half. Twice they've had 1st and goal. A grand total of 3 points from those opportunities. In a lot of ways, they have dominated play. The total yardage very much in favor of NC State.
To be up by 3 with all their miscues, it's amazing.
Louisville almost jumped. There was no flag. Finley keeping it, and Finley with a block dives forward outside the 30 and gets close to a first down.
And once again, a zone read. This is not his strength, but he reads it perfectly. It's a way to keep the defense honest, and he goes up there and gets a really nice gain.
Second down and 1. A missed tackle, which could have been a loss. Instead, some tough running, first down and more.
I like when play callers, which is what Eli Drinkwitz just did here, is he repeats plays. Ran a zone read and was the quarterback keep. You run the zone read again. This time it's handed to the back. If they haven't stopped it, don't stop calling it.
5 yards, first down. With NC State in the way they can go up tempo, 2:45 plus all 3 timeouts. That should be plenty of time. If they can move the ball into scoring position. Finley's throw incomplete.
Well, I'm not sure who that ball was being thrown to. If that ball was a grenade, both guys would have been in trouble. Kind of in between both of them, but it wasn't to either one.
Well, Finley's got that streak. No interceptions thrown in a long time. The longest active streak in college football. He did have one last week, though, that was called back because of penalty.
Hey, those don't count.
And
those do not count.
They definitely don't count, Dave. I mean, you know, watch it there.
Yeah.
Hey, if you throw so many that are perfect that go off the receiver's hands that count as interception, it all evens out.
Yeah, the Wolfpack coaches didn't necessarily agree with you guys. That run to the outside, nice bounce by Gillespie. First down, NC State.
I really like Gillespie as a runner. He's a tough physical runner. Good stiff arm there. Gets him out of trouble. 2nd and 10 is really not a great down and distance for an offensive play caller. But to get a first down on a run like that, an outside zone, that's got to make you feel good.
Dave Fleming alongside the Hasselbecks, Matt and Tim. Laura Rutledge is with us on Thursday night. Here from Carter Finley in Raleigh. 2 minutes plus to go, first half. That a dangerous throw. I thought it was a little high in the end, incomplete.
NC State's got to try a double move coming up here at some point. That's 2 times in a row now where they've run these hitches at about 6 yards. And the corners for Louisville are playing so aggressively right on them. It would surprise me if we don't see a double move at some point in this drive.
Absolutely, and you know the reason it was high, it was good that it was high. It was pick 6 if it wasn't. He saw it at the last second, didn't feel good about it, let it sail.
How about like right here, maybe a double move?
You got tight press coverage up top once again.
On 2nd and 10, Finley
There's
steps
a double
up.
move.
Down the left sideline and an opening. The pass is caught. Steph Lewis down to the 11. Another big play for NC State.
So he takes the off coverage on the other side because you have a double move. You want off coverage on a double move, like a hitch and go or a slant and go and out and up, not press. Good throw, great catch.
It's exactly what you're looking for. Aggressive corners. They want to jump that. They're begging to jump it.
Touchdown.
Hines. And that was a big sequence for NC State. 7 plays, 77 yards down the field into the end zone.
A lot of credit to Eli Drinkwitz. Recognizes that they're sitting on routes, double move, quarterback with a good accurate throw, great catch. They finish it with a touchdown.
You know, that guy number 12, Steph Lewis, has made 2 really nice plays on the outside in this first half. An extra point is good. 17-7 Wolfpack. Let's take another look at that touchdown run.
So it's a good job of the guys up front. Hat on a hat, get up a seam, 1 foot and go. Hines into the end zone.
In that defensive end, he stutter steps because of what? The quarterback boot threat. They ran it earlier in the game. It was effective enough for a touchdown run.
Well, a big play down the field for NC State set up the touchdown run for number 7 Nyheim Hines, and the Wolfpack take a 10-point lead nearing the end of the first half. Still time on the clock for Lamar Jackson, hoping to get the ball back with some decent field position. Seth Dawkins set up deep, and this kick is toward the goal line. Returnable for Travion Samuel to the 20 and gets upended there. Louisville will get the ball back first. Let's check in with Adnan in studio.
All right, Dave, thank you very much. Coming up on the Land Rover halftime report containing Lamar Jackson. Obviously, it's been a challenge so far for NC State, but are they doing better than maybe people would have thought? Also, Coach O speaks he's not doing better than people would have hoped for. He talks to Reese Davis about the struggles. And halftime pickup, Miami versus Florida State. Jesse Palmer and Joey Galloway go head-to-head. Dave?
We'll see the results of the head-to-head matchup. Thanks, Adnan. 141. Louisville pressured again and right on the money for the catch on the sideline from Jackson to Fitzpatrick. That's been the hookup in this game for the Cardinals.
It really has. A really impressive throw. Flick of the wrist, moving, sliding out of the pocket, not bolting, eyes downfield, accurate throw on the comeback outside. Scouts here loving that throw.
The way he's able to throw that comeback without setting his feet but still drive the football is unique. Most guys can't do that.
2nd and 1. They will hand the ball off, trying to get the first down, and they do, barely, but enough for the first down. Malik Williams inbounds. They'll stop the clock briefly to get everything set up with 1:29 to go.
And a nickel blitz off the top, meaning everybody's slanting to the defense's left. That play really had a tough chance of being successful.
And they got the first down. They have all 3 timeouts, not using one here. Jackson, another flick of the wrist throw to the 40. Not a first down. Clock will move, and I think are the Cardinals using a timeout? No, they're hustling to the line of scrimmage from the tight end with the catch. And they've got 3 of them. Jackson pressured. Jackson with that acceleration got away from the first guy, not the second. It is a first down with the big hit on the end of that play from Fernandez, the middle linebacker.
Well, again, I think these Louisville coaches are cringing when they see him deliver the blow like that. But
the NC State defensive coaches are holding their breath when he takes off running.
I don't know. You got 3 timeouts. I'm not sure why they didn't use at least one of them in that sequence. We're down to 37 seconds on the clock. That was a drop from Mickey Crum. But to me, that's just too much time ticking off the clock when you're still around midfield.
It's one of the challenges that you have when you have a quarterback that's running. You know, that's the guy that's your coach on the field to help you take the timeout.
You got 3 of them. You did such a good job not burning one earlier in the half. Anyway,
I think they'll look back and wish they took those timeouts.
Took at least one of them. Now whistles blow. They're going to have to put some time back on the clock. And NC State uses a timeout on defense here.
Timeout, NC State. Please reset the game clock to 37 seconds.
I do want to go back to the touchdown and the long throw that set up the touchdown for NC State, because you guys called it right before the play happened.
Listen, Tremaine Washington is playing off coverage. Right? Finley has press up top. They're going to run a curl and go. After Washington had been so aggressive twice already in that drive, it was exactly what they were looking for.
I mean, you guys called it right before the play. I think, Tim, you said it. They are playing so aggressively, it's just begging for a double move, and they didn't wait around. They went right to it the very next play.
You got to give credit to the offensive coordinator, Coach Drinkwitz, for going right to it. A lot of times what happens is you come to the sideline, you talk about it, but you're also giving the defense a chance to talk about it as well. They got right to it, maybe 2 plays later. Really could have had a touchdown. They got it anyway with the run on the very next play.
And Drinkwitz is in the press box up top, so he's seeing it, but he doesn't have the feel of it down the field. It's a good job of getting to it, as Matthew said.
Out of the timeout, Jackson pressured. He'll try to scramble here, and Jackson gets away and then throws it away. That play ended up taking 8 seconds or so. 3rd and 10 with 29 seconds on the clock here, first half.
Nice catch by the fans here. Got an athletic crowd here.
All the way up into the seats.
Well, that was Bradley Chubb, one-on-one in open space with Lamar Jackson. He can't believe he couldn't get the sack, but
as he got him to the sideline, that's about as good as you're going to get.
Chubb's playing very well up front. Blanton Creaky, the field goal kicker, hoping to have a chance. Stumble and an open receiver to catch inside the 30. How did Jackson even stay on his feet?
We saw a lot of people slipping so far tonight, but sometimes what happens when a quarterback slips just a little bit, the defense relaxes and guys get open.
All right, ended up being a great catch by Des Fitzpatrick, who's having a monster first half, 27 yards. He's over 100 for the game.
This will be a 30-second timeout.
Listen, we're talking about Lamar Jackson playing from inside the pocket. That's playing from inside the pocket there. You lose your footing, you're able to regather yourself, and then drive that middle of the field read, which is what he does there. That's excellent.
Just a redshirt freshman, Des Fitzpatrick, who was a big-time recruit from the state of Michigan. Not a lot of Michigan kids come to Louisville, and yet he looks like maybe their next star at the wide receiver spot. The pressure for the Wolfpack has been there all night long.
This is the first sack of the night. Protection at times has actually been okay. I got to give credit to the guys downfield in coverage. There's been maybe 3 or 4 times where Lamar Jackson's forced to hold the ball because nobody is open downfield.
7 hits, 5 hurries, 4 sacks. They've blitzed 10 times. That's just the first half. Here comes another blitz. Jackson throws toward the end zone, incomplete.
But I will say this about the blitzes. They're just bringing one guy. And so that's a 5-man rush, and sometimes they'll drop a fire zone guy out on the other side. So it's really 4 rushers, meaning
there is a penalty.
Field, number 75, 5-yard penalty. Down.
So meaning that they're not committing, they're not taking people from coverage to rush gaps. And I think that's worked very effectively so far tonight.
It certainly has. And what it's also allowing them to do is isolate Robbie Bell, the center, which is who that last penalty was on.
17 seconds. Louisville does have 2 timeouts. They're in at least close to long field goal range here. Right about long field goal range. Now a timeout again for the Wolfpack.
I think these pass rushers are tired. I think they're tired. But, you know, after the scramble play by Lamar Jackson, Chubb looked tired. In the next play on the completion of Fitzpatrick, he wasn't able to give much of a rush.
And you know what? If that's true, good use of a timeout.
Heck yeah.
Can't take them with you.
Give you guys a breather. Allstate, proud to be part of the team that comes together to do good by contributing to participating universities' general scholarship funds for each field goal and extra point kick. To date, Allstate has contributed millions in scholarship funds. Considering the time on the clock, I think Louisville would be happy with a field goal try. Blanton Creaky, who has really done well for the Cardinals, 23 of 26, 47 yards, his career long. He's been dependable, accurate, hoping to get a shot here. Although maybe Petrino and Lamar Jackson would like to get a shot in the end zone first. Some more pressure comes on the move. Jackson again throws it away.
The NC State defense goes back to a version of that Bear defense. Cover the center and both guards. The reaction to it by Louisville was move the pocket. That's really what they're trying to do there. Move the launch point so you don't have those isolated blocks.
And now, to me, 11 seconds on the clock. You do have the 2 timeouts. You probably have just one more play here before you're going to have to get ready for a field goal.
And that'll be the decision that they need to make with this next play call. Are we going to go for it, or are we going to get about a 5-yard gainer to make it an easier field goal?
Jackson looking for the short drop. He'll throw, and it's dropped. Now that would have helped make the field goal try a little more manageable. 8 seconds. Maybe you can do that again. That's the second drop on this drive for the tight end Mickey Crum.
Well, and they chose door number 2 there. They were looking at a slant with a flat route, which is about a 5 to 7 yard gain. But NC State blew the coverage, and they would have had more than that.
Listen, there's a chance. There's a chance he could have scored there when the 2 defenders ran into each other.
Got a super prevent defense here now.
8 seconds. You got 4 guys back near the goal line. They will throw, and wide open. Fitzpatrick steps out of bounds. Smart play by the freshman receiver. 3 seconds on the clock.
Well, I'm not in love with that defensive call because they conceded the 3 points.
They did. That was unusual.
Look at this. He got 4 guys deep across the back, basically the 5-yard line. It's just giving you an easy field goal attempt.
And that's not end of game where you're trying. That is strange.
Good awareness by the quarterback, though.
He took what they gave him. So Creaky 33-yard attempt. A left-footed kicker. And Dave Doeren was set up to call a timeout. He's going to use his final timeout and let the lefty Blanton Creaky think about it for a few minutes. All right, well, we got 3 seconds to go until halftime. Lamar Jackson has made some spectacular plays, but generally he has been contained by NC State. Biggest game on this campus in a long while. Dave Fleming, Matt Hasselbeck, Tim Hasselbeck, you guys, NFL guys for us, do a great job as our NFL coverage. How are you enjoying college football on Thursday night so far?
It's been really fun, and this atmosphere is electric. The fans here have been waiting for a game like this for a long time, and they have delivered. The players have delivered. It's been a great one so far.
It has been a lot of fun, and you get a sense of the talent Lamar Jackson has. I mean, it is incredible how quickly he can move, but then also the arm strength. The arm strength is clearly there for Lamar Jackson.
And I think you do, when you see him in person, you do get a little bit of a different sense. You watch the highlights on SportsCenter, and they're all fun to watch, but he is something else. So here we go. No timeouts for the win. Now penalty flags are
Might be
thrown.
too many men on the field.
Prior to the snap, illegal substitution defense. 12 players on the field. 5-yard penalty. Fourth down.
Moving it a little closer. Special teams coaches not real happy with that penalty. It's been a strange end of the half here for the Wolfpack. Basically giving up that yardage. And now the penalty to make this a much different field goal try.
It really is amazing that they are winning right now with all these miscues. Not a perfect half for them.
Now 28 yards for Creaky. Good hold. The kick is perfect. Right down the middle. On the final play of the first half, Louisville will take 3 extra points into the locker room. 17-10. That's our halftime score. NC State with the lead. We'll send you out to studio. Here's Adnan, Joey, and Jesse. Thursday night football from Raleigh, North Carolina. This is the ACC on ESPN as we get ready to start the second half. One of the biggest games here in a long while. A couple of ranked teams in the ACC. NC State with the 17-10 lead over Lamar Jackson and Louisville. Dave Fleming back with you alongside the Hasselbecks, Tim and Matt. And guys, we expected a really good game. We've got a good game.
We've got a great game. We've got a great atmosphere. And we've got really good quarterback play. That's what we've seen. And if you're NC State, you also cannot relax because Lamar Jackson can turn this game around.
Yeah, we know that can happen fast. And Lamar Jackson will have to wait to get on the field because NC State, remember, won the toss and deferred. So Louisville had the ball first. NC State will get it first to start the second half with that touchdown lead. The kick return set up to the 20, bouncing off tacklers out close to the 30. You guys mentioned the quarterback play. We focused on Jackson a lot. How about Ryan Finley's performance?
Well, it's been great quarterback play. Ryan Finley, elite intelligence, his coach told us, but he's been calm, cool, collected, and composed, and he's made them pay in tight man-to-man bump and run coverage down the field. We saw later on with the double move. Then we saw the post against quarters coverage with outside technique. He recognizes it. Great numbers really for him. Very efficient on the other side of the ball. Not quite as efficient with completion percentage, but still an electric player, Lamar Jackson. Fun to watch, and he's playing good football as well.
The big plays were a factor. Twice as many yards per attempt for Finley than for the Heisman Trophy winner. And Finley and the Wolfpack are out on the field. Little pistol look and a handoff on first down. Nyheim Hines, who is a talented running back. He's had 3 good weeks in a row. Hadn't been a huge factor so far tonight with the gain on first down.
See these signals here. They got Pittsburgh Penguins, New York Giants. I love college football with these signs they have on the sidelines. Very interesting.
I think he's just trying to get his face on one of them, Dave. I think that's what's happening there.
Could be. 2nd and 4 for the Wolfpack. Another handoff to Hines. Same side. Gets close, but stops short of a first down. So right away out of the locker room, it's a 3rd and 1.
Well, I do like this NC. It looks like we've got an injury here.
This time on the Louisville side. That's Stacy Thomas, the senior linebacker from Miami. We've seen him make a couple plays in this game. One of the leaders of the Louisville defense, holding that right leg, right knee. And hopefully Stacy Thomas is okay. They're going to take a look at him. We'll take a timeout and be back shortly. 17-10 NC State. Be back after this. A really big story this week on Monday Night Football. The Mitchell Trubisky era begins in Chicago. Bears are excited about that. A great rivalry. Vikings-Bears Monday, 8:15 Eastern on ESPN. And what does the bottom line say?
Hey, Monday Night Countdown. Get there early. 2 hours early.
It's all about you, Matthew.
Best show in television.
The Hasselbecks, at least one of them on Monday, will set the whole thing up. Now Finley to the line. We've seen that before in this game on 3rd and 1, and he gets the first down. Ryan Finley playing another solid game for NC State, and he has jumped over Drew Weatherford. In ACC history, he's got now the 2nd longest streak pass attempts without an interception in the history of this conference. There have been a lot of great quarterbacks. Another one who played at NC State holds the record, Russell Wilson.
We sure have, but Coach Doeren, he's superstitious. He didn't like you showing that right there.
No, he doesn't like anybody to talk about it, show it. And at some point, that streak will come to an end. Get it to Samuels on 1st down, trying to find a block. He was patient there.
Got Le'Veon Bell.
Well, he did look like that a little
bit. Cut you off there. He looked like Le'Veon Bell behind the blocks right there. This guy can do it all, though. Jay Sams, as they call him. They say Jay Sams time. They try to get him a certain amount of touches in the run game. They don't worry about it in the passing game because the ball just finds him, and that's the highest compliment you can give to a wide receiver type.
I think you and I would agree of the guys we got to sit down and talk to. I mean, really just impressed with his football knowledge and just passion to play the game.
2nd and 7. He had the one big play. Otherwise, he's been relatively quiet. He's had some monster games this year for NC State. Ranked for the first time since Russell Wilson was their quarterback. He'll get another touch here. Samuels, little stutter step move, and he dove forward to get the first down. And he delivered a hit at the end of it, too.
Well, it's the same thing the other way. He's in the slot. They got inside technique because the guy's hedging his bet on the run. They said, oh, you want to get nosy with the run? We'll throw you out a bubble screen right there like that, and we'll fall forward and get a gain.
He compared himself to Ty Montgomery, and you can see why. There is similarities in his game.
Ty Montgomery, who was a wide receiver all throughout his college career, has become a good NFL running back. A pass incomplete.
So here's what they did there, Dave. They ran the same play. They ran the play to the left, the bubble screen, then the bubble screen over here to the right, and they felt like they were too aggressive, so they did the fake bubble screen, tried to take a shot downfield. I think it was maybe a little bit premature.
Finley ended up just sort of throwing it away, intended for Jacoby Myers. 2nd and 10, right near midfield. First drive of the 2nd half. Wolfpack leading by a touchdown.
The benefit, though, is now when they do run the bubble screen again, say they want to run it, those guys aren't going to jump it. They're going to remember the play they just ran.
Finley across the middle. Nice delivery for the catch and the first down. Kelvin Harmon.
This is the definition of a rhythm throw for a quarterback. Just a spot route by Harmon. You have a wide route by the running back. And it's just a rhythm throw. It's catch. He's the first read in the progression. Ball out accurately to the face mask. That's perfect.
You got a formation into the boundary. You don't see this very often.
Now all the receivers crowded on the smaller side of the field. Handoff toward the middle for a gain of maybe a yard. NC State, guys, has moved the ball tonight. They've had the ball 6 times in this game. Every time they've crossed midfield. So in some ways, they lead by just 7 points. They have been the team that's piling up the yardage.
And listen, there's 2 ways you can frustrate a great quarterback on the other side. One way is to harass him with pass rush. Another way is to leave him on the bench for a very long time.
He's been on the bench for a good portion of this game.
Mass substitution there by the Louisville defense.
2nd and 9. Finley with some pressure coming.
Double move
in there. He's got a receiver caught inside the 20 and inside the 15, close to the 10.
He delivers a strike and he takes a hit. It's the slants, the double slants we saw earlier. Double slants, he gives him the inside slant move. Nope. He takes the bait. Perfect throw. Great catch. Wonderful route. And like I said, he had a guy in his face as he did it.
Yeah, after a big play going tempo, but they clearly are going after Russ Yeast.
They have attacked him, the young true freshman defensive back tonight. First down just outside the 10. This is where NC State has not been as good on offense. They have moved the ball at will tonight. in scoring position, they haven't had as much success.
Well, they're going up tempo. The first play after a big play to get an advantage, and both times we've seen them do it tonight, they've had a missed assignment, a mental error up front, and not blocking a defensive end.
Look, if it's me, you've been bogged down inside the 20. This is Jay Sam time. This is a way you have 2 downs here, potentially. You want to get the ball to Jay Sam.
Jair Alexander, by the way, has come on the field for Louisville. He's toward the top of the screen, maybe their most talented defensive back. He's been hurting. They're going at him here, and he had good coverage on the intended target.
Great coverage on Steph Lewis, and here's the thing. He hasn't been out there much. Now he sees him picking on the true freshman. He said, okay, put me out there. I'm going to give you what I got. My 80% or whatever I am, I'm going to give you what I got. Great coverage there.
They stay away from him after seeing that.
Yeah, that was good coverage. He is their best coverage guy by far when he's healthy.
And that's a good point. When he's healthy, it's good to test him out there. He's not playing for a reason. He's banged up.
Louisville does a little shuffling. Hines comes into the backfield on 3rd down at 13. They can get a first down at the 1. They get the ball to Samuels. That was well defended.
It really was, and it was an aggressive cover 0, as they like to call it, meaning 0 people helping deep.
It's an all-out blitz, and that wide receiver tear screen, as they call it, really is a blitz beater. They fake the bubble, run the tear screen. That's a nice job by Cannon, the safety.
Those plays are usually feast or famine, though, so that's either going to the house or kind of like that, a little disappointing.
NC State has to be a little disappointed with the way they've played in the red zone inside the 20.
They got to make this field goal.
35-yard try. The kick is up, and it is no good. He hooked it to the left. So the field goal kicking problems continue for NC State. I don't know that it was a great snap. What'd you guys think?
Well, it's tough to see from here, but what I do know is they've missed 3 field goals already this year. Missed a couple extra points.
Not perfect. I don't know. Did that throw off the rhythm? Maybe so.
It's a good job by the holder. Gets the ball down properly. Just missed the kick.
If this team wants to get where they're going, they got to make those kicks.
Wolfpack miss a chance to pad the lead. 17-10. Let's go downstairs to Laura Rutledge.
Dave, Matt mentioned it. Lamar Jackson has been on the sideline for a lot of this game, and he's really frustrated with that, saying to his receivers on the sideline just now, I just want to get out there and play. He's ready to get something going. Also, guys, Bobby Petrino maybe looking to change some luck. He took his jacket off and put on the red shirt. He's changed his outfit. I asked if it was for luck. He said, no, it's just hot.
Okay, maybe. That play well defended by NC State. They have one of the best run defenses in the country. They had it last year. They have it again here in 2017.
Eighth against the run last year, 8th against the run so far this year. This defensive line really is impressive. Defensive line coach Kevin Patrick won 2 national championships at Miami, playing next to guys like Warren Sapp, and I do believe The Rock was a D lineman at the time too, so he knows how to coach these guys up.
There's also a nice play by Jonathan Alston, the defensive back, who's a converted wide receiver. He showed some physicality making the tackle. 2nd and 12. Jackson hands it off again, trying to get the ground game going. Not a much better run and very tough running outside the 30. Malik Williams first down.
That's what they call beast mode right there.
Yeah, and listen, Bobby Petrino said he's looking for guys to be able to hand it to him. You can't ask Lamar to run it every single play. That's a heck of a run by Malik Williams there.
Really impressive. The North Carolina native from Wilson. You called it beast mode. I mean, I think
it looked like a little Marshawn Lynch-esque right there.
It did. And he is a big dude, Malik Williams. First down, Louisville. Jackson in the pocket, flicks one across the middle for a nice gain and more to midfield along the sideline. Finally out of bounds, Seth Dawkins.
Well, just a great call. You got man coverage, crossing routes. You got a wide receiver running away from a linebacker type. No chance. You got the umpire in the middle of the field in college football. It acts like a nice little screen. Great block down the field by Williams, number 29. Well done.
Maybe Malik Williams' run sort of got this offense jump-started. That's a nice play. Another completion to the guy who's been the best playmaker at wide receiver for Louisville, Des Fitzpatrick.
Dave Doeren talked about it at the half. He said, we got to stop Dez Fitzpatrick. He's killing us, by himself. Way too many catches, way too many yards.
He's got 10 catches now, 134 yards. We're halfway through the third quarter.
And they're moving him around. You know, sometimes he's outside, sometimes he's in the slot.
Number 87. Remember, Jalen Smith, who is the star wideout for this team, is hurt and missing tonight's game again. He's missed 3 in a row. Jackson, a design quarterback run. Not much room there.
Not a whole lot of room there. One of the things that NC State has done a couple times is the corner from the boundary, they've blitzed him. Well, when you do that, you leave the wide receiver to that side, and the only guy to cover him is the safety that's deep. I would not be surprised if Petrino at some point tries to attack that, anticipating a corner pressure.
Very few guys in college football notice those things faster and adjust faster than Petrino. A little pitch play. That's Williams. Nice tackle in the open field, stopped short of a first down. Third and 3 here. Wolfpack have been pretty aggressive on third down on defense. And a whistle. That was a penalty.
Full start offense. Number 74. 5-yard penalty.
So you've got 3rd and 3, crowd noise like you can't believe, and they shift once again to that Buddy Ryan Bear defense to get an advantage. And when you shift, a linebacker will say, move. As he said, move, just like that, to cause the offensive lineman to false start.
All right. So Jaron Christian was the guy, the left tackle, who moved early. I think they've actually flip-flopped. Christian's over on the right side for this down. Becton is at left tackle. That throw across the middle is incomplete. Intended for Corey Reed. It's 4th down.
It's such a big sequence right there because they were in field goal range even if they didn't get it on 3rd and 3. The penalty moves them back. The guy's actually open. The receiver's open because the defender slips. Ball's a little bit behind him. You'd still like to see him make that catch, but you would also like to see the quarterback deliver a strike. That could have been a touchdown.
Yeah, at minimum, though, I think you got to catch that one. Now Louisville will try a 48-yard field goal. Landon Creaky, who has been perfect on field goal kicks. Big difference in that special teams aspect of this game.
And what Coach Petrino say, this is his max distance that he'd feel comfortable calling him out to kick it, and he nailed it.
I think he had a little extra to spare. Might have to move that max a little back.
He just earned another 5 yards.
Take that, Coach.
Louisville cashes in for 3. It's 17-13 Wolfpack.
ESPN Thursday Night College Football. Brought to you by USAA. Insurance, banking, and investments tailored for the military community.
How about a backstage pass look with a spotlight on the NC State video coordinator, Hud Jordan, who helped us out yesterday. He's an NC State grad himself, been with the school since 2003. And you guys know better than anybody, those video guys for a football program, college or NFL, who works harder than those guys?
And they hooked us up yesterday, gave us the defensive line film room to watch some film study up on this game.
Thanks to Hud for helping us with that. Field goal from Louisville. Hines kick return. He's dangerous. Got hit across the 20 though. Where the Wolfpack will take over. Ryan Finley leads the way out onto the field. The NC State quarterback. Another in a long line. They've got quite a tradition going these days, don't they?
This is QBU. Last week they had 4 starters in the NFL. That's more than anybody else. Obviously Phillip Rivers and Russell Wilson you know about. But the guy, you know, Mike Glennon lost his job unfortunately this week to Trubisky, a North Carolina grad, which that probably doesn't sit well. And then Jacoby Brissett traded from the New England Patriots to the Indianapolis Colts and has made the most of his opportunity Playing pretty good football up there.
Dave, I don't know about you, but I feel like Brissett's the best Colts backup we've seen in a while. Wouldn't you say?
Define a while.
I don't know, like 2 years, 3 years, maybe?
Middle child.
Well, NC State, not a good start.
Offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
12 men on the field, kind of inexcusable coming out of a kickoff, out of a timeout. Really no excuse for that. These miscues could come back to haunt NC State. Really have not played a clean half of football, and then the second half off to a tough start.
Well, they went 12 plays after halftime, got the ball first, went right down the field methodically, but impressively, then got inside the 15 and totally stalled out, missed a field goal, got nothing to show for it. Their lead is 4. Finley.
Tight man coverage once again.
Down the field, he's got an open man, incomplete. That was Hines, the running back, and he was off and running if he could have caught it. So close.
And really what they did is they did formation into the boundary to get the matchup that they wanted, and they had it.
They had it.
They absolutely had it. At times running on, you know, a bigger linebacker that can't run with him. That's really one of the first throws that Finley's missed.
It's an unconventional throw, though. He's been throwing that go route from the outside perfectly tonight. But that inside fade, not so much.
Kobe Myers comes in motion, a little play fake, and with some pressure coming, Finley throws that one. A great effort, but incomplete.
Dave, identical play to the first pass of the game. Same play action, same throw, same result.
Now 3rd and 15, not a comfortable spot. This part of the field inside your own 20-yard line. We'll see.
For Finley, you want to be smart here. You know, it's 3rd and 15. You don't want to make a bad situation worse being backed up.
They're only rushing 3 guys. They're going to make him hit a check down.
He throws across the middle. You rush 3. You don't expect that guy to be open down the field. 1st and 10, Wolfpack.
Well, they took the bait. They ran a defender out, brought another guy in. They took the bait. Ryan Finley delivers a strike for a 3rd down and 15 conversion, which is really, really big. Big time play.
Well designed, because you see the tight end running through the middle. That occupies that seam defender, which is why the in cut was so open.
They needed 15. They got 17 to Kelvin Harmon. That's a big first down for the Wolfpack. A handoff on 1st and 10. A little stutter move, flag thrown. With the hit at the end of the play. Louisville's pointing the other way, thinking that was a hold.
Holding. Offense. Number 50. 10-yard penalty. First down.
So it is against the Wolfpack. A holding call. Coming against Tony Adams.
Sometimes tough when you're going outside zone like that. You got to get your hands inside, get your hands outside trying to reach block somebody. Those refs love to throw the flags on those plays.
I think Garrett Bradbury, by the way, the center, is back in the game. Hines, nifty moves, a couple of different spins to the 40.
Well, there was that same completion concept play they ran earlier where they hit the split end receiver. This time, Louisville defends it properly, and they have to throw it to the check down to the running back, and the running back does the rest. Impressive run after the catch by Hines.
Not one, but 2 of them.
That's when you hit that B button on your PlayStation or your Xbox or whatever it is. I'm too old to know.
Sometimes you can hit it a little too often. Hines off and going to midfield, to the 30, down the sideline, finally dragged down inside the 20. He made one great play in the pass game and then got the ball on the ground.
What's impressive about this drive here, it's well blocked. The penalties on 1st down both times in this drive, and then you see the quickness of Hines through the hole.
45 yards, and here we go again. This has been the part of the field where the Wolfpack have struggled so much. 10 plays inside the 20. 4 of them have gone for no gain. 4 of them for negative yardage. They've missed a field goal. They fumbled down here. It's been a different offense when they've been in this part of the field. Hines, that gets a yard, but only one. And now a penalty flag coming. James Hearns is thinking that Bobby Petrino's not.
Unnecessary roughness. Defense number 99. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Hearns was arguing normal play. Petrino did not agree with his player, and he takes him out of the game. Part of that is the whistle blows, and then you do that.
Yeah, clearly the play's over. Dave, you mentioned it. They've struggled in this area of the field, and you just gifted them.
Gift.
You just absolutely gifted them. This is where they've been struggling, and they know it.
Man, that feels like a very big play, because really it was more the same on that first down.
And Alexander is in the game. He's going to be the corner to Ryan Finley's left. After testing him last time down here, I'd stay away from him and work to the field.
Well, the defensive play call, they were.
The down guy along the sideline with the down marker has the wrong down up there. It's first and goal. So we've just had too much confusion. That's happened way too often in this game. And Dave Doeren was going nuts, but he gets confirmation. It is first and goal. 4 trips inside the 20 and 10 total points out of those possessions. Samuels. Now a pitch after the fake handoff to Myers, who gets hit after a gain of a yard. And let's go downstairs to Laura.
Dave, you were talking about NC State center Garrett Bradbury. He did have a chest x-ray. They determined that there was nothing significantly wrong, and that's why he's back in the game.
Thanks, Laura. That's big.
It's huge. He's the vocal leader, the communicator on that offensive line. I'm sure they're thrilled to have him back out there.
Well, those big guys up front, I mean, they have got to be a little disappointed with how things have gone in this part of the field. So's that guy.
Nice outfit, though.
Second and goal. Finley, handoff straight ahead, and touchdown Hines. He was the star on that drive, Nyheim Hines. Bobby Petrino is not happy.
But now that guy's happy. He's back. Same guy.
Same guy.
He's not happy.
A 10-point lead with the you can't take even these for granted. NC State can't. Extra point up and good. Well, we were just talking about, Laura gave us the update on the center. The penalty was a big play, but having those big guys up front all together felt like it was big on that touchdown run.
Here's the deal. Bradbury's in the game. I want you to watch his block here. This is why it's important. They get it communicated. He gets some movement, and he stays on his block long enough to clear Hines.
Hey, and Big T. That was a great block by Big T as well. Tony Adams, great block. Really well done by everybody up front. Even Will Richardson throwing his guy by. He wanted to slant inside, say, go ahead. I'll take you all the way past the hole. Huge up front. The band of brothers, as they like to call themselves, doing a great job controlling the line of scrimmage, especially on that drive.
And how about Hines? I mean, you think about it. They throw him the swing pass. He makes 2 guys miss. Big play there. And then he takes off on the big run.
It was very fitting that he was the guy to punch it in the end zone. He had the double spin move that you're talking about, the 45-yard run immediately following. And then the touchdown run for Nyheim Hines. He was turned into one of the better running backs. This guy who started his career as a wide receiver here at NC State. He's one of the better backs in this ACC. Kickoff returnable to the 20, to the 25, bouncing off a tackler out to the 35 and the 40. Travion Samuel. Nice return. Here's the guy we were talking about, the junior running back from Garner, North Carolina, Nyheim Hines.
Well, we said, you know, did it in the passing game. Really, it's just a completion throw. They're trying to get it to the wide receiver, but he takes it and does something with it. And then outside zone to the left side. Really just well blocked and a great strong run to finish another touchdown drive. This guy's impressive. He's powerful. He's quick. He's a junior, so he knows how important this is, this game. He's been here a while.
First down, Lamar Jackson, best starting field position for Louisville. Spins away from the pressure. Jackson to midfield, and he'll go out of bounds. First down, Cardinals. There's just pure Lamar Jackson athleticism to bail out Louisville. And a 12.
He's fun to watch, guys.
He has not been on the field much in this second half. The total yardage looking lopsided. NC State 473 yards before the end of the third quarter. Back to Samuel. Nice tackle, short gain.
Samuel's another guy. He's dangerous with the ball in his hands. Eludes one defender. Had one more to beat. The shoestring tackle. Had he not made that tackle, Samuel was gone.
I hope people get a sense of Lamar Jackson, how quick his hands are. You know, it's a unique talent to have quick hands, but be able to deliver the ball accurately. He's so good at these throws at the line of scrimmage.
Final 30 seconds of the third quarter. Jackson, play fake, spin move of his own. He wasn't going to get away from the second guy, big number 90, Shug Frazier. Maybe one more play, maybe, we'll see. Subs coming in, that may prevent it, we'll see. Run for Lamar Jackson, over 3,000 rushing yards in his career. They're going to need more tonight, though, it feels like. That is the end of quarter number 3. 17th ranked team in the country on the road and being tested big time. Last year, this matchup was lopsided in the other direction. It was all Louisville. Tonight, NC State, I think, has been the better team.
Well, we got a great atmosphere, and it's a home game. That makes all the difference sometimes.
15 minutes still to go. 24-13, Wolfpack. You're watching the ACC on ESPN. As we start the fourth quarter in Raleigh, they waited a long time for an ACC game like this. Top 25 teams, NC State 24-13 over Lamar Jackson and Louisville. And listen to this place. On third down, first play of the fourth quarter, Jackson fakes, keeps, first down Cardinals.
Well, it was time for Lamar Jackson to put his Superman cape on. His team needed him to step up and make a huge play, and he did just that.
If I'm Bobby Petrino, I continue to run him. I know you're worried about hits he's taking and how many times he's carrying the football, but this is where they've had their most success, is when he's kept it as a runner.
And give NC State credit, too. If you take out the sacks, now he's taken off here again, and this could be a very big play. Jackson in the open field. For the most part, even with the sacks out of the equation, they have contained him, but a couple good runs in a row.
Dave, that's a design quarterback draw. He didn't take off on a pass play. That's a design quarterback draw. And I think Petrino realizes it. I mean, he's their best player by a long shot. It's best to have the ball in his hands.
There's still a long way to go in this game. Jackson this time does hand it off straight ahead to the 15, down to the 14, Malik Williams. I think Williams has given them a spark.
He certainly has.
Well, it's a physical presence on those runs, and then when the quarterback does keep it on the zone read, there's a reason he's able to, is they got to commit to that run. They got to commit to their gap. And he's just so quick, and he's so good at reading the read as well.
And from the pistol, flag thrown.
Full start, offense. Number 73, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Well, it's really interesting to me that this student section is the loudest section. I mean, over down there to our left, not that loud. Down here to the right, very loud. That's where we're getting all the procedure penalties.
Here's the true freshman, Mekhi Becton, once again.
Dave, you called it. They're flipping their tackles.
They are.
And let me tell you something. That is not easy. You're flipping your tackles and you're going on a silent count. The stress that they are putting on both of their tackles is immense.
Number 74, the experienced guy, he is usually the left tackle. He's over on the right side. The true freshman has flipped over to the left. Now a timeout coming, as Petrino didn't think his offense was organized, and he is hot. The play clock was winding down. He didn't want another penalty. And Lamar Jackson, I guess, just didn't notice. So a timeout, Louisville. When you're behind in the second half and you got to use one of those timeouts, that hurts. 24-13. It'll be 2nd and 10. By the way, when we are finished here, Sports Center at night, Bucci and John Anderson are standing by. They have a lot to talk about. The American League Division Series both got underway tonight. You got NHL opening night, NFL news, and everything else. Sports Center at night next, right here on ESPN. Also streaming live on the app. Sorry about your Red Sox tonight. Just game 1.
You know, I knew you were going to bring that up.
Well, I just couldn't miss an opportunity. Still a series. By the way, ACC, NC State, and Louisville both still positioned well, but NC State's the team that really is in prime position. If they could finish this one off, stay 3-0. They've already won at Florida State, a tough game on their side, the Atlantic Division. Oh, the Wolfpack can start to think big if they can find a way to win this game.
Got Des Fitzpatrick in the slot here.
He's had a big-time game. They'll pitch it, and Bonifant, who is a former quarterback, looking to throw toward the end zone. He threw it away.
So they double Des Fitzpatrick. They go with a run action. It's going to be a halfback pass to Fitzpatrick in the corner of the end zone. I don't know if they just happened to have the perfect coverage on or if they felt like it was coming.
I actually don't like the design of the play here. You have a right-handed thrower, and you're basically running a halfback pass to the left. That's a difficult throw for a guy that's been playing running back all night.
3rd and 10. Now a couple different flags, 4 of them thrown.
Offside. Defense number 35. Unabated to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That changes the situation.
Well, we mentioned that Louisville's going on a silent cadence. Sometimes those defensive ends get a little too aggressive. They feel like they got a beat on the silent count.
Contavious Street, who's a good player, committed that penalty instead of 3rd and 10, 3rd and 5.
The crowd noise here is actually making it difficult for NC State to communicate as well on defense.
Bonifant, a little shovel pass straight ahead, running 1st down. Nice call. It's going to be 1st and goal. That's the tight end, Stanberry.
Now that is great design right there. You know, they fake basically what looks like the zone read, and then they just pitch it to Stanberry. As you said, the tight end is coming underneath there. Well designed and well executed by that Louisville offense.
And what you really want on a shovel pass is you want those defensive ends rushing way upfield, better late in the game than early.
1st and goal. Lamar Jackson now scrambling. Little pump fake. Got around the defender. Jackson. Touchdown. And for the moment, this crowd gets much more silent.
Sometimes he just makes it look so easy.
Well, Matthew, you said put the Superman cape on. That's what they did. They ran him, design quarterback runs, and then this is not a design quarterback run. This is spinning out of a pass play.
And Bradley Chubb is the guy down. That is, who knows, maybe it's a cramp, but whatever it is, that's bad news for NC State. He's their star along the defensive line. We saw the indication from Bobby Petrino that Louisville wants to go for 2. Here's the Superman kind of play from the quarterback Lamar Jackson while they look at Chubb.
His eyes are downfield the whole way. Feels pressure from the left. It is Chubb. He spins out. Just has incredible speed, and he's got shakes at the goal line. Comes in standing up. Very impressive.
When he spun out of that, I thought, you know what, there might be a big collision at the goal line. He's just so elusive. It's hard to get a significant shot on him.
And Chubb gets up, and I think it was a cramp.
Well, really, think about this. That was Chubb that was giving the pressure that caused him to spin out. And then when he's crossing the goal line, that's Chubb again. So, again, Tim, you alluded to it earlier. I think these defensive linemen, they're tired. They're tired. They're chasing this guy around all night. They're fatigued.
So now going for 2. Down 5 in the 4th quarter. Interesting decision. I don't think a slam dunk decision. Instead of taking the point, they're going for 2. Patrick shuffles back right. Jackson toward the end zone, incomplete, knocked away. So they get nothing after the touchdown. They'll take the 6. And they needed that, and a lot of it was their Heisman Trophy winning quarterback Lamar Jackson. You guys said it in the middle of that drive. Let him make some plays. And Lamar Jackson did. Into the end zone. 5-point lead for the Wolfpack, fourth quarter.
ESPN Thursday Night College Football, brought to you by AT&T.
Well, they billed this game as the biggest in a couple of decades in Raleigh, North Carolina. We're setting up for a spectacular finish. Both quarterbacks have really been great. But how about Lamar Jackson with his stats tonight? He has become the first underclassman in college football history with 7,000 or more pass yards, 3,000 or more rush yards. He just continues to do spectacular things. And that was him on that touchdown drive for Louisville to make this a 5-point game. Down the kick return. Hines gets to the corner. Hines to midfield and across midfield. He's got a couple 100-yard touchdown returns in his career. This wasn't quite that, but it's a big play.
Hines says, hey, listen, I have a cape too. Let me play Superman. I did it on the last offensive drive. Let me do it on this kickoff return. Awesome.
If you're a kicker, you got almost no chance at number 7. And maybe he slowed him down enough to let his teammates come in and help out. But 48 yards on the kick return. Best starting field position for the Wolfpack tonight.
That's a huge momentum swing right there. And this crowd is right back into it. You got to love this atmosphere.
It's great. And these are great college football fans. And frankly, in the last many years, they have not had enough good things to cheer about. And tonight's a night that they have looked forward to for a long time. On first down, the handoff, a gain of a yard, maybe with the extra push, a couple or 3. Pretty tough running by Reggie Gillespie. Ryan Finley, who's thrown for 342 yards, a touchdown, has kept his streak without throwing an interception alive. Made a lot of good decisions. NC State is at 475 total yards of offense. Nice pocket for Finley. Left sideline pass with contact. Here comes the flag.
Once again, bump and run, press man coverage. Ryan Finley has the green light to take these shots. He's been doing it all night.
It's formation into the boundary to isolate.
Pass interference, defense, number 15. 15-yard penalty, first down.
To isolate C.J. Riley's got a ton of speed.
These Louisville defensive backs have had a hard time tonight, haven't they?
They really have, especially Washington.
And that call, look, there was a lot of contact before, but
I'm just glad my guy Charles Woodson's not here right now. He'd be complaining about offensive PI right now.
He would be, and he might have an argument.
Well, you're not going to get that one from us, Dave. Look elsewhere.
Corner blitz.
Quarterbacks, not cornerbacks, up here in the booth tonight with the Hasselbecks with us here on Thursday Night College Football. And a fascinating game with both quarterbacks on the field playing well. First down, NC State. Handoff. No gain on first down. Let's go down to Laura.
Dave, Louisville's James Hearns on their defense had a spirited message to his guys right before this possession saying, Lamar got us back in this thing. We have got to stop them here. We absolutely cannot let them score. He told everyone that he's on the sideline right now, but he had that message to his guys on defense.
Well, remember, he committed what looms, I think, as a very big penalty. NC State, all their problems in the red zone. He committed a personal foul that gave the Wolfpack first and goal on their last drive and punched it in. Maybe that's why he's standing on the sidelines. Swing pass, Hines makes a move and gets some positive yardage, shoved out. That was close, but no flag. I think rightfully so. Third down.
That's that same play where he said, I said he hit the B button. He did the spin move twice in a row. They tried to go back to it. Better tackling that time by Louisville.
Now here comes James Hearns, who is one of their better pass rushers. The fans seeing a replay in the stadium thinking there should have been a personal foul call.
If I'm head coach Dave Doeren, I'm thinking my kicker struggled. I maybe have 2 downs to get a
I think
first
it's a
down
good point, Tim. I do. The kicking game has not been good for the Wolfpack.
Formation into the boundary. Look for the shot to Finley's right.
On 3rd and 6, he'll look right. He'll take his shot, and it is caught inside the 5. Tim knew it was coming, and the Wolfpack executed. 1st and goal.
It's those moment of truth plays. It's one thing to know where the ball's supposed to go. It's another to actually make the play against tight coverage. Great catch by the wide receiver. Gave him an opportunity. He took advantage of it.
21 yards, 1st and goal. Gillespie in the backfield. Finley hands it off. Touchdown. Was all set up by that same formation that you spotted, and the play where they executed out of it. Now NC State is acting like they're going to go for 2 with an 11-point lead, 10 minutes plus to go. And a little confusion for the Wolfpack. They have time. The play clock has not started. They haven't gotten set. They got time to get organized. You could almost read Dave Doeren's lips. All right, hey, take a deep breath. We're fine.
So Dave, these decisions to go for 2 or to kick an extra point are made yesterday. They make a chart and they make the decision right now. What should we do if we get in this situation?
Are you sure this is the right one?
Looks like maybe a trick play.
All right, let's see. They love trick plays. They'll fake the jet sweep and throw. 2 points. You guys have been all over this all game long. The play that set it up was the key to that touchdown drive.
Once again, formation into the boundary, like Tim said. You get press man coverage. It was against the freshman. They put in the junior, Jair Alexander. Still they make the play, and then again set it up with a nice run to follow the pass.
What an answer by the Wolfpack. The kick return and then the touchdown, 32-19. There has been some craziness in that Michigan State rivalry of late, 7:30 Eastern, Saturday night on ABC. College football primetime here on Thursday night from Raleigh. And the Wolfpack ranked for the first time since Russell Wilson was a quarterback here, the end of the 2010 regular season. That's the last time NC State was in the top 25. They are looking like a top 25 team here at home against Louisville after a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Louisville's going to get the ball back, but let's look at that big play once again.
We talked about them putting their formation into the boundary, and what that does, they go trips into the boundary, and it basically puts everybody over here. You get isolated up top. It's a one-on-one matchup with Harmon on Alexander, and if you throw it on time, the free safety can't get there. That's well designed by this North Carolina State offense, and it's well executed by all those guys.
And I think both of you mentioned earlier, if you recruit those kind of wide receivers who can win those one-on-one matchups, the big, strong guys, that's what the Wolfpack have.
Tall receivers.
It's easier to get quarterbacks when you get those guys, too.
That is a fact. Lamar Jackson going deep down the field, incomplete. He might have had an opening, Fitzpatrick there. It'll be 2nd down. There's still a long way to go in this game. 10 minutes and a second on the clock. Plenty of time for Louisville.
This has been a great game, guys. I'll be honest, I was nervous about missing that Patriots-Buccaneers game. I'm glad it's a boring game. This is the exciting one. I made the right decision.
You did. This is the place to be if you're a football fan tonight.
And definitely louder here.
Definitely. Jackson will have to scramble, and he just gets across the line of scrimmage.
That's a great job, the Roseboro, retracing his steps, rushed upfield, retraced his steps.
39, it's about to get loud.
And because it got loud, look what happened. All kinds of movement up front. A false start penalty. The snap went awry.
False start. Offense number 79. 5-yard penalty. They're down.
That's just going to egg them on. They're going to get louder.
Well, I say it probably too much, but in my time in Seattle, I can't tell you the impact that the crowd had for our defense, for the opposing quarterback, opposing offensive linemen. These fans here tonight, the band, everybody, they've been a huge factor.
On 3rd and 14 after the penalty, Jackson, scramble mode again. Downfield and off the hands of his receiver, incomplete.
I think that's probably a throw that Lamar Jackson would like to have back. He can make that throw. Sometimes when you're running straight sideways and extra, you're running really, really fast, the ball is a right-handed thrower will travel to the right. You'll lead the guy a little bit too much.
He's made that throw a bunch of times in the past. That one got away from him. And I think you're right. It's because he's running that the ball drifts right on him. That's a throw he should have made.
Big stop by the NC State defense. King will punt the ball back to the Wolfpack, and that's not a great punt. Fair catch at the 43-44-yard line. Beautiful night in Raleigh. There's the bell tower. Will the bell toll tonight for a Wolfpack victory under a full moon? We'll find out. Here's a look at our weekend menu, served up to you by Zaxby's. Great games wall to wall on Saturday. Penn State Northwestern, really interesting game to kind of get us started on ABC at noon in the Big Ten, and then in the Big Ten to finish it out. Michigan State, Michigan. How about your guys' BC Eagles? Hokies coming to town.
We've got a play coming up here, Dave.
Oh, okay. We don't want to talk about that, huh? Play fake for Finley. Ryan Finley, yeah, get down. Right in midfield. No thoughts on
we
the
got to work on Finley's slide, Dave.
That was a pretty terrible slide.
Yeah, we're moving on. No BC football talk tonight. Matt Hasselbeck, Tim Hasselbeck, nice enough to join Laura and me here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Thursday night college football. Two ranked teams in the ACC. Two guys who do such a great job covering the NFL for us. Who are college football fans, ACC football fans. I'm watching two good teams, but particularly I have been really impressed by the Wolfpack tonight.
Well, and especially this quarterback, Ryan Finley. These scouts all came to see Lamar Jackson, but they're going to leave here knowing all about this Ryan Finley kid as well.
8.5 minutes ago, they've got over 500 yards of total offense in this game, and they keep adding on. Did he go out of bounds? Yes. Yes. Nyheim Hines didn't take it for granted, didn't assume, kept going. I think now he just realized that he was out.
It's really a nice play design. It's a speed option. I mean, how about NC State running the option with Finley? He does step out of bounds, but the way Hines has been running in the open field, Dave, I think he just thought, hey, it's just another one of these runs I've had tonight.
And a great block by the wide receiver, Jacoby Myers there. I mean, really, these plays turn into explosive runs when wide receivers who take pride in their blocking downfield get it done.
That first career game with a couple of touchdowns for Hines. He's up to 95 yards, coming off another career high performance last week. He's on the sideline for this first down play. A drive where it feels like if NC State, I mean, this is do or die time, I think, for Louisville's defense. If NC State goes down the field and scores, maybe put this game away.
Well, with the quarterback they got on the other side, I don't know if I would ever say it's away, but absolutely, if you want to control the game, you want to take control and give your defensive ends a chance to pin their ears back and just rush the passer, make the other team one-dimensional. That time is right now.
It's an advantage having a smart quarterback that has experience here to understand the tempo that you want to run your offense at.
You want to slow it down a little bit. The clock is NC State's friend, and we see them snap with 5 seconds on the play clock. Hines back in. You know he knows he's close to 100 again. Now, he's the kind of guy who pays attention to that stuff.
Well, I think he had 99 yards against Florida State and he was upset, but he's a twin. Did you know that?
He is a twin. I did know that. Nyheim and Nia, both athletes at NC State. Nyheim is a football star and an All-American in track, and his twin sister is on the track team here in Raleigh as well.
So now he knows where he gets his speed from.
And it seems like they have a pretty cool relationship, doesn't it?
Tim and I are like that. We get along like that.
Except for I'm faster than Matthew.
Really?
Yep.
It might be true.
Okay, we got a little admission.
It might be.
Third down, Finley had to kind of throw it away. He took a hit. He hadn't taken many hits in this game. He got pushed backwards, and that's a big play for Louisville's defense. 4th down and 7, and NC State will punt the ball back.
And it's a smart play there. There was a temptation to go for that hole shot, cover 2 zone. Sometimes quarterbacks like to fit the ball in there on the sidelines, about 18 to 22 yards down the field. He had it, he had the chance at it. He threw it away. It was a smart move.
Russ Yeast set up for a return. NC State would like to see no return here. That's a booming punt, and maybe 2 booming. Yeah, into the end zone for a touchback. Well, this game is not over. Lamar Jackson and Louisville coming back on the field. 6:14 to go, down 32-19.
Winds down in this game, the Louisville offensive coaches are trying to keep Lamar Jackson and company positive, telling them, hey, we still have enough time in this game to make something happen, but we definitely don't have time to waste. We've got to be quick. Also telling the O-linemen, we cannot afford penalties here.
It's hard, thank you, Laura, with all the crowd noise that has been such a big factor in this game. Jackson got the ball tipped up and almost intercepted. It hits the turf, incomplete.
Tips and overthrows, got to get those. If you're the defense, that's an opportunity to change the game right there.
Not quite for Jaron Fernandez. The senior middle linebacker has played so many games for the Wolfpack. And the standards of Lamar Jackson has certainly been a modest night for him. He's played well. Wolfpack defense has been good, though. 6 minutes plus to go. That's a completion, and Dawkins will get tackled inbounds. Clock moves. The clock is a factor. How fast does Louisville have to go here?
Well, they need to get a chunk play. They also need to make a play here on this 3rd down. I would run the quarterback here if I'm Bobby Petrino.
It's one thing to hurry. You got to get first downs, though. They hand it off, and that is a first down. Bonifon with the carry, so that momentarily stops the clock. That helps you in college. You're down 2 scores. You steal some of those seconds. Louisville they got 2 timeouts. They can get in the end zone, get some points on the board, and play defense one more time.
But Dave, you're right. They need to get a chunk play here. They need to do something, a big play, over 20 yards.
Jackson steps up. He is trying for one of those chunk plays. That one was behind his receiver, incomplete.
I don't know if it's frustration or what it is, but we haven't seen the same accuracy out of Lamar Jackson on the last couple, maybe 3 throws that we saw earlier in the game. Still having a great game, but I would say that he's going to watch this film with his coaching staff tomorrow and feel like missed opportunities there on the last 2 throws.
It's still early in this season, but you do think the chances of repeating as a Heisman winner. You lose a 2nd game. There it is. Receiver wide open. Dawkins. He hit him in stride, and there he goes. Can they catch him from behind? Finally, yes, out of bounds inside the 10. Seth Dawkins with the big play that Louisville needed. This game is not over yet.
This is the chunk play that you're talking about, and it's just a simple slant. He just runs a slant route, gets inside, and then it's very good run after catch. Terrible angle by Kid Glass.
Incredible play by Jermaine Pratt. 235 pounds to run that wide receiver down. Impressive.
And I don't know if he started to cramp up or what, but Dawkins is out.
Reverse.
They're running a trick play. They're trying to throw it back to the quarterback, Jackson. Instead, Bonifon gets a hit. I don't know in this situation about doing that. I don't know.
You know what? It's who they are, though. They've got this explosive. There's nothing we can't do, nothing we can't try.
The main thing is you have to get it. Once you're here, 1st and goal, you got to get it in the end zone. And I'm busy saying maybe Lamar Jackson's Heisman hopes go away. If he leads them to a comeback, maybe they're revived here tonight in Raleigh.
It's the 2nd time on a trick play they've had a right-handed thrower running left.
Doesn't seem ideal. Jackson keeps. That seems like a good idea. Touchdown, Lamar Jackson. This game is not over.
It certainly is.
As long as number 8's playing quarterback, it is not over.
Now, Louisville went for 2. The last time they scored, didn't get it. So now they're down 7. They will kick the extra point. Trying to make it a 6-point margin. Still 4:10 to go. That's a long time. And NC State fans know that this game is very much still in the balance. So does that guy.
Well, if NC State wants to play with the big boys, they got to win games like this.
That one tipped and no good.
Huge play.
That is huge. That keeps the margin at 7. That really changes the feel of the last 4 minutes and 10 seconds. It doesn't change the fact that Louisville is still very much in this game. Let's see if we can figure out who got a hand on that kick. Might have been Bradley Chubb. Was it number 9, the All-American?
It sure was.
Paw up. Yeah, he got it. What doesn't that guy do? He has been everywhere tonight for the Wolfpack. And Dave Doeren knows that's a big play by his special team. 7-point lead Wolfpack. All right, Saturday, 2 big Week 6 games for you on ESPN. 3:30 Eastern. That rivalry in Florida, Miami, Florida State on ESPN, and then College Station will be the site. Texas A&M and Alabama. Can the Aggies give number 1 a scare? 7:15 Eastern. Also right here on ESPN. They'll stream on the app, as is this game here from Raleigh. Huge game on both sides. One of the biggest games NC State has played in a long time. And it feels different now. Now that is kind of a pooch kick, which is interesting for Louisville after their touchdown. And NC State has pretty decent field position. Time for our college football rankings, brought to you by PlayStation. With a look at the AP poll. Clemson, they get Wake Forest noon on ESPN2. Wake's been a spunky team. Clemson looks to be the class of the ACC tonight. You kind of get the sense that maybe NC State is the team to challenge them.
Well, I don't know who else it would be.
It wasn't Louisville, that's for sure. Oh, Bobby Petrino, I don't think he was thrilled with the execution, the extra point, and that little pooch kick. I think he wanted his guys to have a chance to go catch that thing.
It was a smart play by the NC State player to call a fair catch on a kickoff return.
And now NC State, can they finish this game on offense? 4 minutes to go. And a few first downs might do it if you're deliberate enough. We'll see.
Well, and Ryan Finley has so much freedom at the line of scrimmage. You know, Eli Drinkwitz was saying he had his quarterbacks do an off-season study on guys like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, their mechanics at the line of scrimmage, and that's where quarterbacks can take control of the run game, getting your team into the right play.
That's a good point by you, Matt. Tim, you made the point on the last drive. You got to be smart here about this play clock.
You do. The other thing that you need to do is you can't get too conservative.
Yeah.
I mean, there come a point in this drive where you may need to throw the football.
2nd down and 8 from the pistol. They hand it off. Hines stumbles forward and gets a couple yards. It'll be 3rd down now. Whistles and timeout. Now, there's the guy you guys have been talking about a lot, and he is impressive. Fun guy to talk offensive football with, Eli Drinkwitz. 2nd year with the Wolfpack. He's doing a really good job.
I'll tell you, we showed the clip of him in the quarterback meeting room beforehand, and our time with him yesterday, sitting down and talking to him, talking a little ball, watching some film. I like this guy. Good, young, bright-minded coach. Sees things through a quarterback lens. I actually learned a lot of football. We were talking short yardage yesterday. I learned a lot of football from him yesterday.
Well, maybe you will share some of that brand new football knowledge on Sunday NFL Countdown. You're going to be there, right?
I'll be there every Sunday morning, 10 o'clock. We've got a new crew.
10 a.m.
Samantha Ponder, as some of you college football fans might know, she's kind of running the show for us now.
How's she doing?
She's doing a great job. She's
we miss her on college football. We do. It's a good-looking group right there.
Sure is.
A lot of football knowledge. 10 a.m. Eastern to get you ready for Week 5. Now, what does Eli do? It's 3rd and 5. This is kind of the spot you were talking about, Tim. Do you get conservative, keep it on the ground?
I don't think you do. I think you trust your quarterback.
He hadn't thrown an interception since the Miami game last year. He double clutches and throws it behind his receiver. Incomplete. It's 4th down. And what a big stop by the Louisville defense.
Well, they got up there and challenged him outside the wide receiver. They went press coverage, bump and run, man to man. And basically they just won the matchup. The quarterback there didn't pull the trigger. Probably sometimes it can happen. You're trying to be a little bit too safe with the ball, and you're not as accurate as you once were.
And I guarantee you, everybody in this stadium is thinking about number 8. We got to give the ball back to the Heisman Trophy winner. A nice punt. And a fair catch signal all the way back to the 10. Good special teams once again from the Wolfpack. It's going to be a long field. They need to get to the end zone. 7-point lead for the Wolfpack. Their defense will try to keep Lamar Jackson from leading Louisville down the field. His ground game in the second half, I think, has been a big difference.
Listen, he's so good running with the football. It has been a difference. It basically sparked this offense. You hear Laura talking about the guys on defense who are saying, hey, Lamar got us down there. He got us back in this thing. Let's respond. Well, that defense has responded once again. And now the ball's back in Lamar Jackson's hands.
All right, here we go. What else do you want? Chance for a repeat Heisman. You got 90 yards to make a very big impression, and on the first play, we'll throw it away.
Well, great coverage again downfield. And a smart play by Lamar Jackson to throw this ball away. Don't make a bad situation worse. Live to fight another day. But I will say this, you got defensive end pass rushers who are very talented, who have aspirations of playing at the next level. Bradley Chubb, as an example. The guys at the NFL, this is when they take over. The Von Millers, the Khalil Macks, this is when they take over a game. We saw him block the extra point. Here's another opportunity he has to take over this football game. 2nd and 10.
Jackson throws middle, tipped up and intercepted. Touchdown! Jermaine Pratt, the junior, maybe just put this game away. They haven't had a celebration like that in a long while here in Raleigh. There's still 2:52 on the clock, but the pick 6 for the Wolfpack. And they are checking just to make sure he got in. I thought he stayed in bounds and kicked the pylon.
Listen, touchdown or not, Dave, it's not a good throw by Lamar Jackson. Ball's behind the receiver, gets tipped up in the air. Matthew said earlier, tips and overthrows.
Got to get those.
Yeah, and Jackson, you give him credit. He tried to come over and prevent the touchdown. He took the wrong end of that hit, and that looks like a touchdown to me.
Well, that's Jermaine Pratt again, who chased down the receiver earlier. I mentioned he was 235 pounds. That's what they list him at anyway. That is a big dude. I wouldn't want to have to tackle him.
Well, that one should be confirmed. And when it is, this place is going to explode again.
Replay confirms the ruling on the field. Touchdown.
They're still coaching Lamar Jackson hard on the sideline. Dave Doeren knows 2:52 to go. He's still got to give the ball back to Jackson, but with only one timeout. And now down by a couple of touchdowns. Kick is up, and it is good. Long odds for Louisville and Lamar Jackson.
Nothing tricky here, Dave. They're just going to rotate to 2 high safeties. It's Tampa 2 coverage. The Mike linebacker is going to drop deep. The ball should just go to the middle of the field. The slot receiver is running inside. Lamar's got to just bring him inside a little bit more. Ball's behind him. It's tipped up in the air.
Defensive coaches, they say tips and overthrows, got to get those, and that's why. That changed the whole momentum of the game, changed the score of the game even. Now, those defensive ends that we said were pass rushers that had to close out the game, this is the opportunity. There's no chance of them going to the run game right now. They have to throw the ball to get back in this game.
Well, everybody here was holding their breath. You have to give the ball back to the Heisman Trophy winner. Down just 7. Much different story now.
It can be done, though.
pooch kick of their own, which was another interesting decision. Louisville will get the ball at about the 33-yard line. Now you really do. You got to go fast. You need 2 scores. You only have the 1 timeout. If you had all 3, maybe that changes things a little bit.
Dave, can I just say
I'm
not a fan of either one of those kickoffs.
Yeah, neither
team. That was atrocious.
I just don't get it.
I think it was a miscommunication.
Well, listen, Dave Doeren's perspective is he's got a bunch of veteran defensive linemen that he trusts that have gotten after the quarterback tonight.
As long as it's not a touchdown return, maybe Dave was okay with it. I still don't love it. Jackson throws short left, and Louisville will get out of bounds to stop the clock. Bonifant with the catch.
It's really a good throw. He had a guy in his face. That swing route to the running back, when that running back's running full speed away from you, ironically is a much tougher throw than it looks like. But he's got a defensive end in his face as he lets it go, and a perfect strike.
Second down and 5. He'll throw a very similar pass this time, even better defended. Clock will continue to roll after a gain of a yard. And that ends up being a very bad play for Louisville. They need the clock a lot more than they need a yard.
Well, it was a 2-deep zone like Tim had drawn up earlier, and I would have liked to seen him stay to the wide side here with 3 receivers to have better numbers.
3rd down. Jackson looking to run, ran into a defender, now cuts it upfield, and there may be only one quarterback in the country who could get the 4 yards on that one.
Yeah, listen, it's as good as a pass for these guys right now. It's really been the best part of their offense. He's been a little bit off throwing the football in the last couple drives.
But you got to go. I mean, even any seconds ticking off the clock, taking away the long shot chances in this game. That one incomplete.
Fatigue is setting in on this defensive front 4 for NC State. I mean, you saw right there, Bradley Chubb, he didn't even get lined up in time. He plays the boundary side, meaning of the hash mark. He's going to play the short edge of the field, less likely to get chipped. You know, has a better chance to be a better pass rusher on that side. He didn't even get lined up in time that time.
And he's out of the game for this 2nd down play. Jackson under some pressure, nice delivery, and quickly out of bounds to the NC State 40. Corey Reed, there is a flag in the backfield.
Roughing the passer. Defense number 98. 15 yards. 1st down.
So the big gain, 16 yards, and then another 15 on top with the penalty.
I could see NC State using another timeout on a stopped clock just to give these guys a rest, just like they did at the end of the 1st half.
Well, that was that cover 2 again, Tim. They run the deep out route, about an 18-yard route. It's an NFL route. You see guys run it all the time. Not a lot of college quarterbacks can make that throw. Great throw.
You're almost certainly going to have to rely. You are going to have to rely on an onside kick. But first things first, you got to get in the end zone. Bonifant scoots out of bounds. Another yard, at least this time, stops the clock.
And they tried to go right back to the exact same play. This time the corner to that side played it a little better, played a little more gray area. I believe it was Jonathan Alston. It's cover 2, but understanding the situation of the game, you want to give up 2-yard routes. You don't want to give up the deep one.
Louisville trying to get a win on the road against a ranked opponent. Hasn't been easy for them. Jackson a little high under more pressure, incomplete. Reserve of energy the last couple plays. They have gotten in some heat on the Heisman Trophy winner.
3rd down, not the time to save any energy.
Jackson hits his man in stride, and he got to the 1st down mark, so that will stop the clock. Bonifant, or rather Corey Reed, got there.
They went right back to that slant that they got the big gain on before. Again, it's a nice play. This time the defensive back makes the tackle.
And NC State's bringing pressure. They're isolating guys up, playing them single coverage and bringing pressure. Flag
thrown, incomplete. That's going to be a penalty against Louisville.
Holding. Offense. Number 74. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
Jaron Christian has had a rough night. Well, the stakes in this game we know were high. The winner had such an advantage over so many in this ACC, but particularly for NC State because they're still undefeated in conference play. They've already gone to Tallahassee and got no win. Clemson comes here November 4th, and that is looming now as potentially the biggest game left in this conference if NC State finishes this one off. Across the middle, back to the original line of scrimmage. Clock will move. Under a minute to go. Rovers down 14. They need to get it in the end zone. They need to do that fast. Then they're going to need an onside kick. They tried to get Williams, and Williams was hurting. The fans are booing. He was hurt.
He is hurt. And he tried to get off this field. He just couldn't do it. He took a tough hit.
And I think everybody booed at first, and now everybody knows that this isn't. He took that hit, and he tried to give the kid credit for some toughness. Tried to get up and get off. We're not going to show it. It was an arm injury. He landed awkwardly. Gosh, you feel for Malik Williams, who really played well tonight. We're just not going to show you. Oh boy,
that's terrible. You just hate to see this.
A local kid, North Carolina kid from Wilson, North Carolina, who was a spark plug in this game for Louisville and has been an excellent running back this year for the Cardinals. And that did not look good. And you can tell how much pain Malik Williams is in. We're not going to show the close-up, but you'll be able to tell how awkwardly he landed there. And he tried to get up, which, gosh, the toughness just to do that. That elbow and arm went in the wrong direction. And everybody here realized.
Yeah, and good sportsmanship here by the crowd here. You know, at first, I think there was some question as to trying to stop
issue with
clock, but clearly everyone sees what really happened.
Not the issue there, and hope the young man's okay.
Yeah, hope so. Final 54 seconds here. Louisville trying to give themselves some kind of prayer. They need the touchdown. And the flag is thrown again.
Offense number 73. 5-yard penalty.
That's the 5th false start penalty against Louisville in this game.
Back where the student section is once again.
Yep. It's been loud everywhere inside Carter Finley. It's been really loud this end of the field. Toward the end zone, incomplete. Good coverage intended for Des Fitzpatrick, who's had a breakout kind of game.
And really good play call. You had the matchup you might like, man-to-man, one-on-one. Lamar Jackson had to get rid of it a little bit sooner than he wanted to. Picked the wrong angle, or maybe not the wrong angle, but a different angle than the wide receiver had picked with tight coverage. Long foul ball.
Incomplete. 16, and this will be the final shot here for Louisville. Down to one last play to even have any kind of hope. And we talked about it yesterday with everybody involved in this game. The scout team quarterback for NC State, everybody was giving him credit how good of a job he did mimicking Lamar Jackson. They have defended Jackson pretty well tonight.
Well, Jalen McClendon did a great job. Tim, you were talking about earlier.
Matthew McClay was the guy who was Lamar Jackson this week. He obviously did a good job.
Last hope, Jackson trying to keep the play alive. Lamar Jackson throws. It is incomplete, knocked away. And that's going to do it. The weekend's going to start a little early here in Raleigh, North Carolina.
What a game. What a competitor Lamar Jackson is, what an amazing game, both teams, but this NC State crowd had an impact on this game. These kids, especially these seniors, talked about what this game would mean to them. They talked about how everything felt different here. It was a special year, and they made it happen.
And how about Ryan Finley?
Yeah.
Ryan Finley, in a game where everybody's talking about the other quarterback, comes in and plays really the game of his career.
20 for 31, 367 yards, a touchdown. Again, kept that interception streak alive.
I said, Ryan, what's it going to be like if you guys win this game? What'd he say? It's going to be lit.
I think he's right about that.
He is ready to celebrate with his teammates. What a night for the Wolfpack. They have waited a long time for this. They won in Tallahassee a couple weeks ago, a landmark win for Dave Doeren, and now tonight against the Heisman Trophy winner, they backed it up. And you know how much he knows this means for his program.
Well, not only does it help him this season, but it helps him with recruiting. NC State's a team, a program that's always trying to take that next step. I think QBU has been nice. You saw the pictures of the quarterbacks in the quarterback meeting room. Ryan Finley playing outstanding tonight.
Yeah, he did. And his head coach standing by on the field with Laura Rutledge.
Thank you, Coach. You've said it's been a long 4 years bringing this program back to prominence. How would you describe what it's like beating Louisville and a Heisman Trophy winner?
That's why you play and coach. I'm very proud of our assistant coaches and our football players, and appreciate our fans. It's been coming. It's been coming. And when you work hard enough and you don't give in and you have persistence and faith, great things happen.
What can you say about Ryan Finley tonight?
He was incredible, and we knew if we protected him tonight that he would tear their secondary apart. We knew he would. His receivers are playing with so much confidence. He's playing great. I'm proud of him.
You just embraced your players. Why is this emotional for you?
It's all emotional because I love them, and they love us, and we work so hard for everything we do. They've invested everything, you know, and when you do that, it's special. You know, it just is. So proud of those guys. It's beautiful.
Thank you, Coach.
I had a loss for words, huh? Thank you, Laura. Dave Doeren. What a win. He's had a lot of big ones in his coaching career, but this one feels really good, I think, for the head coach. And I think the Wolfpack are set up to be the contender with Clemson in the ACC.
No doubt about that. That was special. I mean, college athletics, college football, that's what it's all about right there. Having that relationship with your coaches. It's a team. It's a family, and it's a team.
That's the power of team. That was special to see. It was special for us to be a part of with you. So thank you.
Yeah, Dave,
you guys come
you're the
back?
best, man.
Yeah, thank you for having us up in here with you.
This was a lot of fun.
I didn't even have to stand in between the brothers.
No.
That was pretty good. The Hasselbecks here with us on Thursday night, and they saw a special performance by NC State. For our producer, Scott Matthews, director Jeff Evers, for the Hasselbecks, for Laura Rutledge, Dave Fleming saying so long. Sports Center coming up in 15 seconds.
It was lit.